Please stand by and take your seats.
Good evening, and welcome to Masterpiece Shitpiece Theater. If you would please kindly take your seats, the show will begin momentarily.
Mine went out
Yeah,
the
I'm
other day.
not-
I just
I'm
forgot to
not
pay the
showing-
cable bill.
I'm not showing that. I'm not showing that it's live. Oh,
It's-
okay,
it's
there it
okay.
is. My bad.
We're up good. Anna said she can't hear you, Nick.
Fuck me!
So ridiculous.
Brammer forgot to unmute himself.
I do this every fucking week. I forgot to unmute myself again, but that's all
Nick
right.
forgot to unmute himself. Okay, all right.
I might be having some problems with my internet also, so hopefully you guys can see everything and hear everything.
Hey, quit feeding the hamsters to the snake and start feeding them to your broadband.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. All
Actually,
right.
we are now green and it looks good.
Good deal.
So
That means go, bitches.
He did
go
something
before the
right
shit
over there.
fucks up. All right, Josh, tell them where you're at, please.
Well, you can find me here along with you cats every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Realm of Collectors YouTube channel on this little show here. You can also catch me on the All Queued Up podcast that I do each and every Friday with my buddy Greg. Today we covered our breakdown of Glow Season 3 on Netflix and Mindhunter Season 2 on Netflix. And I'm going to tell you now, don't sleep on Mindhunter. That's a great show. But go and listen to the finer points of it tomorrow after you've got done hanging out with us here tonight. If you want to follow me on my Instagram, my Twitter, and other various social media platforms, just find me on Facebook. My name's Public, and all of my profiles are linked there.
Cool.
Sweet Robert.
So professional.
Oh, you can find me hiding out on the realms. You can find me on the Instagrams as Rob's Hobbies. And you can find me under NoFix, NOPHAX, streaming on Mixer, usually building some shit. And I just got to say one thing. It's a good Friday night. And ladies, your 5 favorite nerds are in his house.
Shit, Rob's been getting fucked up all day in his
Okay.
truck.
Rob's
So,
been
yeah,
out
I
there,
like
man.
it, dude.
I waited till I got home. And now I have a half a cup of rum in my vodka.
He started on the exhaust first. He's like,
He's got
That's
a
fucking
half a
every
rum
day.
with his vodka,
Yeah.
dude. He's been
Oh.
smoking crack out of that new airbrush he got.
Wait a minute. That's not a bong.
Yeah.
Mm.
He's like, that is pipe in my hobby shop.
T-minus 2 days till I walk in the door at work and get, you need a drug test today.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
rash
That's
behavior.
why you
That's
never tell your
flag.
you never tell your boss you're on a show. What's up,
If
Matt
I
Hurd?
didn't, I'd never get here in time.
Oh,
I
my
hear
man
that,
Matt Hurd's
too.
up in here. We got KJ
Matt?
up in here.
KJ.
Noble
Anna's in here.
Young,
Mad in the house.
my baby Anna.
Guys, we did all the giveaways last week.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Hey, did everybody get their things mailed off to the recipient?
No,
Yep.
I
Mine will be there Monday.
I gotta drop my shit off. I gotta drop my shit off to Jason.
Dude, Russ is a
I haven't
scammer.
done
Russ is a scammer.
How did we know it was gonna be Russ?
Oh, I can't say much. Jim told me to bring mine to
Dude,
TFCon.
I was gonna drop it off to him last weekend, but I forgot it. I left it here at the house when I off.
Yeah.
And then Jason's out of town this weekend, so
Yeah, he's
he's
come
up at
to
JD.
Hershey and visiting
Oh,
Chan and
yeah.
JD.
Yeah.
And everybody that got to make it up there to Chan and JD's this
Shout out
weekend, I
to
hope
those
they have a wonderful time.
Yeah. Safe travels and have a good
Burritos.
safe time while you're up there. And
Yeah, I love Chan and JD to death. I wish I
They're-
could have
They're
gone, but
amazing
Dude.
people.
Shannon and JD are the reason why my life is missing. Let's put it that way.
Hey Dakota, baby, how you doing?
Hey, Dakota. He called me Little Small Sam
Little small Sam.
on Stasis. Like I was in the chat. And he was like, "Oh, Sam's in the chat. Little Small Sam."
All right, Russell.
What's up, apes? You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube when they live the band. Of course every Friday here with these crazy cats. And yeah, dude, we've got a lot of nerd shit to talk about, so I'm done. Let's go.
All right, Sam.
I'm Sam. You all know me. I just want to say, this just makes me happy. From Star Wars
Dude,
Instagram, dude.
doesn't it make you feel warm? You feel
Yeah,
feel
warm and
like,
fuzzy,
ah.
dude. I'm
It
glad
does.
we waited to
Right.
talk about it. But yeah, here every Friday night. Nick, where you at, dude?
I'm on Facebook as Nick Brammer, Twitter as Brammer_Nick, and Instagram as motherfucking masterpiece underscore motherfucking shitpiece. What?
That's a long
God,
ass
they
name,
like two
man.
motherfuckers in your name?
That's right.
Okay.
I got it
I've
like
been
that.
following the wrong account then.
Dude, are you like part of Hasbro now with a whole thing?
Pornhub name is Finger Tingler.
That whole
Go ahead,
death row
Nick.
motherfucker.
Oh. Look who's back in the motherfucking house with a fat dick for your motherfucking mouth.
See, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, there.
Finger Tingler. There you go.
It's jingling, baby. Glad, baby.
Oh, wait, you go from It Ain't No Fun If the Homies Can't Have None to It's Jingling, Baby by LL Cool J. Come on, man.
Hell yeah.
Pick an
That's
artist.
KJ, fuck yes.
You know what?
Pigs for
That's
life.
all right.
Yeah.
Keep bouncing off it.
Yeah,
I-
that's
I-
some shit.
I need my Snoop so I can have him standing on the shelf next to a My Little Pony because that motherfucker's high enough he probably sees him every day.
Yo, I want to. The ones I want are like the fucking obscure ones. Like I want a DOC and a Corrupt.
I need that. No, I need that Black Series Palpatine just for his chair, and I need Suge Knight.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fucking A. God. Oh.
EE, I am sure we will probably get to that for you, brother. So, the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Nah, we
Oh,
can't
uh,
talk shit now that the
that's-
trucker haters up in here.
We're
Boy,
gonna definitely get into that, man. We gotta, yeah.
Yo,
we-
Josh, it's telling me I'm dropping frames.
Really?
Yeah, like 40% framed percent.
Oh,
frame
yeah.
drop.
That's not good, man.
Man, when Nick gets in your guts, he can stretch the back of your throat for you.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Uh,
Thank you, Dakota.
God, Dakota. Don't talk that shit, Dakota. You're gonna make him feel all excited. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Dropping
ain't no
frames.
fun.
You're dropping how many frames?
38.5%.
Ugh.
Yeah. So
It might be your server because there is a. I don't know, man. It's hard to say. It could be YouTube everywhere. It could just be in your area.
yeah. Are you guys in the chat seeing any problems?
Yeah.
And
there it is.
we'll wait.
Bueller.
I'm keeping an eye on the chat and everything, but the screen does look a little janky.
That's what I was gonna say. It looks a little grainy. It looks. I just refreshed.
Sorry,
it.
sorry.
Hey, as long as our voices come through, who gives a fuck?
Yeah. Fuck it.
Yeah,
Let's
man,
get
I just-
rolling.
They see our ugly mugs all the goddamn time.
All right, let's do it, man. What we gonna attack first, dude?
All right, we're gonna go in order. Krypton canceled by Sci-Fi, and on the heels of that,
Go ahead. Yep.
Lobo has been aborted.
Yeah, somewhat.
He should have been before he was created.
Oh, stop!
And
I hate
Enough
Lobo.
here.
I'm sorry.
Enough of your fucking hatred, Jesus.
I'm indifferent, man.
Wasn't somebody
Lobo is
talking
not
about
an,
being
I just
big?
don't find Lobo to be an interesting character. I'm sorry.
wasn't there somebody talking about picking up that Krypton series though?
Yeah.
Or going back
yeah,
onto
the DC
stream?
app.
DC, maybe, yeah. I mean, what's really bad is like the first season, I got it. I mean, it was this first season was a little rough because they were doing a lot of setup for stuff.
Right.
Second season picked up, dude. It was pretty good. I liked it. Second season was nice.
Man, Arrow
I
was
liked
like that too.
Yeah, it was, and I think the problem is you got people. It turned people off. The first season, I think, turned a lot of people off, and they were like, they didn't come back for season 2.
That's
Mhm.
because all them
Now-
instant gratification sons of bitches can't wait and be patient.
Yeah,
Story building.
They can't wait for that build up to and I don't know, man. I really like the show, so I'm disappointed. But hey,
Yeah.
what do you do, man? Hopefully, it'll get picked up on the DC service or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I heard good things, and not just from Russ.
Yeah, me too. Me
Because if
too.
it was
Yeah.
just from Russ, I would have been like, "Fuck that."
Yeah,
shit.
if it was just from Russ, if you said it was good, I would just assume that it was really bad.
See, it's funny.
Russ
They
is
get
like-
on me when I hate on some, but they don't believe me when I like some. Fuck y'all, man.
All right.
Hey, dude, I got examples.
Rogue One.
Episodes.
Oh, don't even start it.
You're like Bizarro me.
It's lazy writing.
It's not lazy
No,
writing.
Tyler, for some
You're
reason, I'm
lazy
dropping
thinking.
frames.
Don't
so
get into
that's
it.
what it is, buddy.
Don't get into it.
John said just you're lazy thinking.
He's not wrong.
No, he's not wrong. I'm definitely a lazy thinker.
Don't
Primal,
even get into it,
Primal
man.
Sabbath. Russ cannot be trusted. Agree.
Thank you. Agree. Can we all agree on this?
Russ's opinion is tainted, I guess.
Yeah.
God.
I can't
Right.
respect anybody who doesn't enjoy Rogue One.
Oh, give me a break. Oh, jeez.
All right.
I mean, I can maybe respect him, but you know,
I can maybe respect
Just
him.
not his opinions.
Yeah, it's just not his opinion. I don't trust wrestling. Yeah. All right, so what's next?
Hey, it sucks for that show, man. I heard it was not bad.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it gets picked up and has some type of future. You know.
Yeah, I hope
Yeah, I
so.
think that's what's gonna end up happening. Is it's gonna probably end up on the DC Universe app, and Lobo's gonna end up there too. Swamp Thing's gonna come back. You know, they're gonna figure this shit out.
They're gonna
Especially
film it
since,
as-
not
mean,
today with
Oh, wasn't?
especially since the DC Universe app is probably gonna go the way of Hulu and ESPN, because Warner's coming out with their own service called HBO Max.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
great.
crazy to me. It's crazy to me.
Isn't
It seems short-sighted for them
Well,
to do that, but
Jason was telling me that I guess the Swamp Thing show had issues because of the expense of where they were filming or something like that. Is that what it was?
yeah,
What-
that's what it was.
someone
Yeah.
then filed some paperwork.
Yeah, somebody
Yeah.
fucked up the paperwork. They had a grant from what was it, North Carolina?
North
Right.
Carolina was going to give them back half of their budget if they had filed the proper paperwork. Problem is, somebody made a clerical error and didn't file it with the state of North Carolina on time. North Carolina had an out, and they said, "Well, we're not giving you that money." And that's when they said, "Well, yank it,"
Because it costs too much money. To
because
do
it was a very expensive show to produce. Yeah,
Right.
That sucks, dude. That
it's
sucks.
unfortunate, and I guarantee you, whoever didn't file that paperwork on time lost their damn job.
Dude, hopefully
Wow,
with an unpaid intern, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Somebody that
that's
don't have a
but-
family.
Yeah,
I mean,
Fresh out of
A
college, kid.
loner.
I don't know. If they got fired, they fucked up that bad and got fired, they might not have a family anyway now.
No.
How do you fuck up that job?
that's
I'm going
great.
to my mother's and I'm taking the kids with me. Anyway, sorry, broken home life brought it down there for a minute.
It's okay, man. Matt Hurd says DC could fuck up a wet dream.
Indeed.
They have before.
Yeah.
Yep.
Rolled over one night, and then all of a sudden, Batman versus Superman was in my head, and I was like, "Well, there went that."
Yeah, just real quick. They fucked up a wet dream, all right? And it's called Batman issues 1 through 77, written by Tom King. We're not going to talk about it this week because issue 77 just came out. But fuck DC and fuck Tom King.
Tom King's tripping, huh?
Yeah, bruh.
Sucks.
Next story will be a PowerCon. It was announced that there will be a new Masters of the Universe animated series coming to Netflix.
Dude, this news seems so long ago now.
I know, right? Because of everything going on
just
today with
5 days
D23.
ago.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Dude, we've gotten railed this week with news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were complaining we were having to fucking scrape along, and this week they just said, "Oh, really? You're gonna complain? Bend the fuck
Yeah.
over, guys. Here it
We're
comes."
gonna put all this news out while you're recording.
I'm sorry, I'm distracted by every time fucking Sam's camera goes off, my fucking face pops up. I'm looking like, what the fuck is that?
I'm gonna find some way to. I gotta get my driver's license renewed this year when I turn 30. I'm gonna try to find some way to get that photo on my
I
driver's
gotta
license.
check my driver's license. I think I'm either this year or next year.
Oh my god. All right, I'll
Yes,
go ahead.
Sabbath is right. It's supposed to be by the same studio as Castlevania.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
the other
and dude,
the
that
other
animation
news
on that
is
is
Kevin
dope,
Smith will be show running.
Which is really cool. I love Kevin Smith, and I think he's got a good, he's got a good feel for the good.
Man,
good
He is a
classic
good
stuff.
storyteller.
Yeah, I
Yes.
feel like
Kevin Smith is a giant fucking nerd. Like he
Dude,
is
that's what
I
down
was
to
gonna
this
say,
shit
Rob.
as we are.
he like I feel like he gets some hate that I think is
Yeah.
undeserved because. But I think he did like any show under his control. It's gonna be in like in caring hands. You know what I mean? Like he cares about the property. He cares
Yeah.
about the fans.
Yeah.
He knows the property.
Exactly.
You know?
That's why he stayed away from directing superhero projects for so long because he revered them so much. He was afraid he was going to fuck them up. Right. He
Yeah.
started directing episodes of The Flash, and the episodes of The Flash he directed were
They're
really
awesome.
fucking good.
Yeah.
So
People love them.
he's got some confidence, and
Yeah, he's really good. He's an awesome guy.
Yeah.
And like you said, he has a lot of respect and love for this stuff. So
Well, and he knows this shit. Like he grew
Yeah,
up
that's
on
what
this
it
shit
is.
like we did. He lived this shit. He knows the fiction. He knows the characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like
Maybe.
Rob, I'm trying to think of an example
fictional
of
characters.
it like
Sorry, I had to
there-
go that flat.
like I'm sure there's like directors
What's up,
who have
Dave,
taken
baby?
over a property like this who have like said like, yeah, I care about this and I care about the fans, but they still don't like know it. You know what I
No.
mean? Like Kevin Smith knows the shit. Like you
Yeah.
can rest easy on that. I think that's great.
He'll put the
And-
he'll put the effort in.
Yeah, he will.
definitely. Definitely.
And the premise of the show sounds cool to me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And here's the thing.
Mhm.
It's taken place after like the ultimate battle for Eternia, and the power
Right.
sword is lost, and it seems like Tila is on a journey for answers. So it's kind of going to focus around her. But here's the thing. It's not He-Man. It's Masters of the Universe. So, it's going to
Wow.
revolve around all of them, but she's going to be the focal point more so. I'm sure he is going to play a pivotal role, though.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure. Well, you really can't do it without having He-Man involved in some way. I mean, he's the main, But
He
I
is
mean,
the best.
but
of the
I-
universe.
I liked Tila. I was one of them people that
She's
I
a
liked Tila
badass.
as a character.
Yeah.
She was a badass. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was one of the few. I mean, they didn't have that many female characters anyway, but she was one of the ones that was just total fucking mess.
Dude, I like
Yeah,
She-Ra
yeah,
better
Sorcerer's
than
a
anything
great character.
She-Ra ever put out, and She-Ra was alright.
Well, and so yeah. And by the way, yeah, any of you and those fucks that wrote stories. And I was reading some of these stories. They're saying they should have it somehow be connected to that crappy She-Ra
Oh,
show
damn.
that's on I'm sorry, no.
Well, first,
Mark Bernardin's the head writer, so that's awesome.
who's he?
Shit.
So why is it
You
awesome?
asked me.
You talking
You
about
asked me.
ass.
You asked me, and I blank. Damn it, Nick. Give me a second, and I'll put the Googles to work.
All right, so but the Google's word looking it up.
Oh.
Anyway, so I'm just saying that I think this is going to be a very separate thing from this new She-Ra
It is. It's a
animated,
It's,
right?
a, it's a continuation of the old
Of the
series.
original
Yeah,
80s.
isn't
Yeah.
She-Ra more or less like
Oh,
a
okay.
reboot?
Okay.
Yeah, he's the dude. That's what I thought. I couldn't remember his last name. He's the dude that does Fat Man on Batman with Kevin Smith.
Oh
Okay.
shit, that's
Wow,
right.
really?
Yeah,
He also wrote that series Castle Rock.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Now that's cool, dude. That's awesome. Okay.
All right, that's fucking dope.
Yeah. So we're all excited about that. I had a wet dream that night.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, like you were saying, dude, like fucking everybody, like, oh, it can't be tied into the new She-Ra. It's not. It's a continuation of the old original MOTU.
Well, there were some people that are saying it should, and one of the stories I read.
I
I was
don't
like,
think it should.
how can it?
Yeah, it's not. It's not going to. And
Isn't She-Ra like a reboot?
Yeah,
It is a reboot. This is a continuation, and it's also set when she's 11 years old.
yeah.
Right.
You know, so
Not to mention,
if
it's
it were
more
tied
like,
in, it's aimed at 11-year-old girls too. It's not aimed at people who grew up with the original He-Man.
Exactly.
yeah. And the thing is that it's done in that really stupid ass modern animation.
Yeah, I don't want
Yeah.
that animation style.
Yeah, I don't care for it either. So
It's a popular
Tyler,
style though, and kids love it.
Tyler,
Yeah.
I shout you out all the time. Shut the fuck up.
He said lowbrow.
Lowbrow. This whole show is lowbrow. What the fuck you expect, brother?
Mhm.
All right.
look who's fucking.
We're so
talking.
lowbrow, we're Crow fucking Magnon.
Yeah. Oh,
What's next?
All right. Final Fantasy VIII re-release.
Remaster.
Yeah,
Remaster.
This was the
first
first
time.
first one I played as a kid.
Dude, I love
Oh
it.
man, I loved 8 so much, and I'm going to tell you, I loved 8 vastly more than 7.
Did you really?
Oh God, yeah.
I thought 7 was the really, really popular one, though. Isn't
It's
it?
popular.
7 is the most popular with a
Mhm.
lot of people in the West because 7 was the first exposure people had to Final Fantasy.
I got you.
For the most part, very few people played 1, 2, and 3, which was actually 1, 4, and 6 in Japan.
Right.
They're
But
on
we got them.
they're on the metric system, so their numbers
Yeah,
are
yeah.
that different. There's no way to understand.
Every nation but us and 2 others are on the metric system, Sam. So
Hey, what are the 2 others?
one's a tiny nation in West Africa, and the other one is in South America. I think I'm not sure off the top of my head.
Damn, well they're tripping, dude.
E says he'll be back when Josh is done preaching.
After the show.
Damn it, E.
Yeah.
He's taking it out on me because he's in a live chat because I fucked with him the other day. He was sitting there busting my balls, and I left the chat he was in, and he got all upset on me. I was like, dude, I was just fucking with you. Goddamn, I'm not mad.
Get him.
Love you, E.
Oh.
Mm.
Get him, E. We're all scared of him.
I'm scared he's gonna
Nice.
poison me or something. I don't know why.
What?
I see Josh as some kind of Black Widow motherfucker.
No,
Cast
not
a
at
spell
all.
on you.
Just don't drink his paint water. Concoction.
I mean,
Yeah.
dude,
Yeah.
all you
Motherfucker-
gotta do
like
is stop
coffee.
Josh to steal his leg. It's fine.
You can't
try
get
to
that
take
leg
that
off
thing
of
off?
me. You can't get that leg off, sir.
I'll get that leg off.
I drug that
probably-
motherfucker
Oh,
around the
shit.
hotel by that leg.
I can get that leg off you.
All right, I'll tell you what.
Find
You can't,
out,
listen, you
dude.
can't
Are
pull
you-
it like that. You have
Put
to
some
like.
money up, Russ.
You have to
Talking all that
take
shit.
it apart. I watched you put it together, so I know how it comes off.
Yes, but here's the thing. You're still not going to be able to do it.
Why
see,
not?
See what I'm gonna do. If y'all don't know, Josh don't drink. Josh
Nope.
don't do anything
Nope.
recreational.
Nope.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna
You
start
ain't
rubbing.
going to do a goddamn
I'm
thing.
gonna start rubbing some THC oil on my hand. And I'm just gonna be shaking fucking Josh's hand all weekend.
Over and over. And over.
And this
Well,
motherfucker's gonna pass
I love
out.
you, but I ain't touching you.
Yeah, watch that now.
It's alright. I'll clap you on the back and shit. We gonna
Nick's gonna go give him a hug, and Josh is gonna be like, "Yo, step back away from."
He's gonna have one of those proximity alarms. You are too close to the Josh. Step back.
You have 10 seconds to comply.
You have 10 seconds to comply.
Oh shit, we're not doing this again this week.
Yes, RoboCop in the house.
I'll be useless again.
We'll be moving on to the next story.
Dave, I'm not letting you near my coffee either.
Dude, you got too many motherfuckers to watch, Josh. You gonna get fucked.
Hey, did you?
Yes,
So
I'm bringing my wife and kids, so
did she?
I'll
Did
have
she
one on each side of me.
so you got hooked up with your
Eyes on
partner,
alert,
right?
keeping y'all motherfuckers away from me.
Sleep with one eye open.
Yeah,
Or
really.
hell, I sleep with both eyes open.
Creepy.
Ask JD, man. I do. Sometimes I'll have both of my eyes open and I'll be propped up, laying on the floor, head on my arm, like laying on my elbow
I'm
and
s-
snoring.
I'm
Josh,
sorry.
have you been to
That's
Vietnam?
death. That's
I've seen-
actual death.
Yeah, I know you were asleep. You're a loud motherfucker. I know you were asleep. I remember.
Yo, Russ holds a grudge, man.
Yeah, he does.
He doesn't forget nothing, man. He's like
Hell, you don't have to do anything serious to him. You can just be an innocent piece of plastic and crack and break, and he fucking holds a grudge for life now. I was like, God damn, what
Can't
that
help it,
plastic
dude.
ever you do? It broke.
Or be a really awesome Star Wars
Josh,
fan.
Josh, you're fucked. The entire chat is now scheming to get you fucked up. Matt
That's okay.
heard, Josh, does this smell like chloroform to you? Primal
No.
Sabbath, I'll rappel down from the ceiling and get Josh blitzed.
First of all, if I see Dakota repelling from anywhere, I'm stopping to film that shit because I wouldn't
Yeah.
believe it.
Dakota, I know
That's
Dakota's
when
a
we
big
got you, bitch.
motherfucker. Like,
We're gonna see Josh roll up
Yeah.
instead of he's gonna say "fuck the walk-in" and show up in the goddamn death dozer. Get in here now, you sons of bitches!
Tyler, line the next package you send Josh with acid.
Yeah, Josh, I'm gonna send you a new airbrush.
Yeah.
I don't have an airbrush. I use my paintbrushes.
Just spike his paint water. We know he'll drink it eventually.
Yeah.
that's true.
E Prime has called Russ the Italian scallion.
Thank you. I like that. That's not bad.
Fucking Russ
That's
is,
pretty good.
is like an onion, many layers.
Yeah,
many
you
layers.
do smell like a
And
scallion.
3/4 of them are like rotten as shit.
Mm.
Not 3/4, just like a third.
Just a third. I think that's enough.
It's all the inner best ones.
All right. Our next story. Disney
quit fucking with me.
fucking Plus.
Man, we got a bunch of announcements today.
Yeah.
Like every time we think we got them, we fucking get another one.
Dude, and it's only Friday.
I'm dropping.
man.
I'm
Wait till
dropping frame.
tomorrow.
I'm still dropping like a quarter of my frames. So can somebody else grab like everything? I can start talking about it. We can start going from the Marvel shit. For Winter Soldier, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Wyatt Russell has been cast as the U.S. agent.
Really?
Yes.
It's a bummer to me, man. I wanted John Cena.
Yes, that like we heard,
Oh.
like that was the rumor that like
That's why I had heard was John Cena. was
yeah,
gonna be-
man, and that would have been like perfect.
But I don't know.
Some fucking
Maybe-
clean cut, square jawed douche.
Yeah,
Maybe,
exactly,
yeah.
man.
That's,
So John
that's
Cena.
Yeah, but,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
but come on, make me want to watch it, not avoid it.
No,
Well,
dude, I
you
think
know
he
U.S.
was
agent's
for
gonna
the-
get
for
his
the
ass
role,
kicked,
I think he's
dude.
perfect,
So
man.
you get to watch. You can watch Cena get his ass kicked, and it's gonna
Yeah,
be
and it's like,
satisfying.
you don't- like in that role, you don't want to like him.
Yeah, you want
It's
somebody
like,
that you
he's
want
gonna
somebody.
come off like a.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you didn't want somebody that you fucking hate.
Yeah,
so
like
that
you
when
want,
he gets his comeuppance, you are
it's
happy.
satisfying, man. You want him
By
to
the
be
way,
a dickhead, like you said, just a fucking tool, man. It's perfect.
He says he can't act, and I agree with him. He can't act, but I think this role,
No, but dude, this is the perfect role for that, man.
I think he can pull it off, even if he can't act.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. I can't picture him as fucking U.S. agent.
Johnny
He'd
Walker.
probably be wearing
Johnny
goddamn.
Walker.
He'd probably be wearing goddamn jean shorts.
No. I don't think so, dude. When he's not like wrestling, dude, that dude can dress, dude. He's got a lot of money, man.
Yeah,
he
but
doesn't
the
wear
problem
jeans
is
Yeah,
everywhere.
guys,
the problem is
take
you
Russ's
can't
word
see
for it.
him.
Yeah.
You know that joke wasn't funny 15 years ago.
Word
Damn,
life.
dude.
God damn it is.
Yo, this is basic thugonomics.
Yo, Nick, that was his best.
That was when he was actually tolerable. And
he was
enjoyable.
amazing back then. I loved
But
him.
we're not talking about John Cena or wrestling. We're talking about
Yeah.
the awesome announcement we
I
got
know.
for Disney
Alright.
Plus.
I
So
know.
we just got the one casting thing, and that was it, huh? For that one.
Well, yes and no. I mean, we did get some great show announcements.
Yeah. Where do you want to start? Where do
Yeah,
you guys
yeah,
want to
yeah.
start with that? The Marvel shit?
Moon Knight.
Yeah, Moon Knight, Kit
Moon-
Harington, man, maybe.
That's the rumor. Kit Harington
Yeah.
will be
Kit
Mark
Harington? I didn't hear
Spector.
about that.
Yep.
So do you all
What?
think, is he at D23, do you think?
I don't know, because
I don't know.
there's gonna be more Marvel announcements tomorrow. There has to be, because they only did the TV show shit.
Dude, I hope they give us a movie for the next phase that kind
Yeah.
of just fills all that out to make it to make it a little bit better. You know what I mean? Not that
Yeah.
it's bad, but it's like there's nothing there to. I don't know. It's like the phase 4. What are we on? Phase 5?
No, get ready to start 4.
Yeah.
Okay, like it's enough to be like, yeah, I'll go see. Or actually, I'm not going to see any of those things in theaters. They need to have a movie that can get me to be willing to go find a babysitter to actually go to the movies myself. And at this point, they don't have one. Not that.
Yeah, there's no
That's
meat on the
missing.
bone.
Yeah, because like I mean, with the other phase, there's always something. It's like, oh, okay, Captain
Yeah.
America, yeah, there, Iron Man, there.
Well, there is a new Thor movie, but
yeah, but I don't know.
a lot of people aren't pumped because it's the Jane Foster version, which I'm
Yeah.
fucking totally okay with.
No, I think that's a cool story, but but even Thor wouldn't have got me to like I said, get a babysitter and do all the logistic shit to
Yeah.
actually get to the
Yeah,
theater.
yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, if you're not, I mean, I'm a big
It's
fan.
gotta
I
be a
like
lot.
Thor, so
What about Eternals, Sam?
I know nothing about him, man.
Okay.
As much as I read comics and shit, like I don't know anything about the
Oh
Eternals.
shit! Dakota brings up a good point. Doctor Strange too.
Okay,
Yeah.
that one
that's
might
my
get me,
favorite
depending on.
MCU movie.
Yeah,
Dude.
that one might get me.
Benedict Cumberbatch is fucking dope as Doctor Strange, so I'll go see
Oh,
that.
I love him.
Yeah, it was really good.
What did you call him?
Benedict
By Dick
Cumberbatch.
Cumberbatch.
Caught him Cumber Snatch.
Oh.
I thought he was fucking around. Did you really mean this? That guy?
Did you miss the first name?
Yeah, I mean, Buttfuck Cumberbatch is an amazing Doctor Strange. I mean,
Yeah.
We're all just gonna fuck his name up. While I'm like,
that's like the whole fun thing about fucking. It is not confirmed, EE, but that has been it's been reported as rumor by not sure. I'm not exactly sure, but I thought it was Polygon.
I think people are just putting the pieces together at this point.
Yeah.
But,
Dude, I'd be all in for a fucking
So,
movie.
and
night
it's
for
like
Kit
one-
Harington.
no,
Yeah,
me
but-
too.
I agree with you guys, but bend me over and take my snatch is a really, really good actor. I like
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
it's
he's
like-
Doctor Strange. We're talking about Moon Knight.
Yeah, if you guys are lost at this point, it's like with Phase 4, it's like the other thing is, even with the other phases, I knew we were gonna end it at this Infinity War or this Thanos piece, whatever. Even before we knew that Infinity War was a thing, so that would get me to go see him, just because I'm like, well, shoot, maybe we'll get a tease for that, you know. But now it's like I don't know where the next endpoint is, and I feel like for me, like the way this universe has kind of built itself, I need to know what that next endpoint is to keep me as invested as I was.
Well, they're gonna. I mean,
Oh,
they're gonna be going more like space stuff. Right?
Yeah, but like I need 3 years down the road building to something.
Right.
Well, maybe.
That's what I want.
do you though? I
We're
think
building the Silver Surfer.
yeah, because that's gonna be the best shit.
Hey, that
But-
would get me. That would.
It was
get
the sigh
I
heard
know.
around
Just
the
show
world.
I
dude.
know.
It was the sigh heard around Russ's house, man. Don't do that.
But
But that would get me if
Well,
they showed
I
us
think-
something for that.
I think the way to look at this phase is like in the Tarantino movies, the chapters of the Tarantino movie that's a side story.
Yeah.
Well,
I
dude, it
think that's the
happens
way
in
to look.
comics.
That's the way to look at this phase, because what they're gonna do, All right. We'll talk about the TV shows later. Let's talk about this because we started with the TV shows and shit, but we'll go ahead and stay on this. Fucking, the rumor is that Disney and Sony settled, and that we're looking at 7 more Spider-Man films.
But
I don't trust that
event-
news source at all.
Well, that's the rumor.
You don't trust 3 or 4 of them?
I've only seen one.
I've seen a few.
The only place I've seen it from was Cosmic Book News, and I don't trust them at all.
They're as bad as comicbook.com, dude.
I can't look shit up right now because of my fucking frames.
Right.
And again, I said rumor, so
yeah. We don't know that it's fact anyway. But it is rumor.
Including the last movie in this Spider-Man trilogy, supposedly they've got Tom Holland for 6 more films after that.
He's just sitting in his apartment
3 for
now.
3 for Sony, 3 for the MCU.
Yeah, because supposedly the rumor is that they want to cover him through his college years.
That's right. After
Firestar and Iceman are going to come into play.
Yeah.
Right.
Burying the fucking lead, jackass. But that's what it's supposed to be, is that the next trilogy of Sony Spider-Man movies is supposed to cover college, and that they're going to be able to use Iceman and Firestar.
Right.
That's part of the deal between Sony and Disney. Then Spider-Man is going to become a bigger part of the Avengers and tie into the Fantastic Four, and they're going to play off his relationship with Johnny Storm.
Dude, it's cool with me.
If that turns out to be confirmed, they'll confirm it tomorrow. But if there's nothing announced tomorrow, I wouldn't expect an announcement for a while.
Same. Because where else are they going to do it? They only do them at these events, I feel like, anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
But honestly, I hope that's true. Because I love Spider-Man, and I have really thoroughly enjoyed Tom Holland as Spider-Man.
For sure.
And we were talking about it last night in our hangout, but it's like, it's not as much for me that I'm like, oh, Tom Holland's the guy. Like, I like him fine. I think he's cool. I like the younger kid Spider-Man. I just want this all under the same umbrella.
Yeah.
You know?
See, I understand that too.
And if it gets away from that, I feel like we're taking 2 steps back.
Yeah, me too. I feel like it won't mesh. It won't work right. You've already got him in this universe. He's in this universe now. You can't. What are you going to do? Take him out and then act like nothing happened? It's fucking retarded, dude.
I'm going to be honest, man. I haven't watched either one of the Tom Holland solo Spider-Man movies.
Shame on you.
When he comes on the screen in Infinity War and Endgame, that's my time to take a piss.
Dude, Nick, that's funny.
You know what, Nick?
Man, because
shame on you. You're such a hater.
You're cool. I just like
agree with
8
you.
points of respect for you.
Like whenever you read like a Brian Michael Bendis Avengers event comic, I'm talking like something like Siege or Avengers Disassembled. Like Nick, kind of to your point, whenever Spider-Man talks, I literally just don't read those bubbles because I can't stand them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's like, but that's not my beef with this. My beef is that I need him in the MCU proper because he's a big part of that. You know, I like him better in the movies. I like Tom Holland in the movies, but it's like with the MCU, I kind of just like everything so far. I'm not too picky with it just because I think overall it's a good product. You know.
Well, I understand. I mean, Spider-Man is not as great a character, complicated of a character as like, Silver Surfer or anything. But I mean, I guess I can understand your dislike of him. Fuck.
It's not that I dislike Spider-Man. I dislike Tom Holland as Spider-Man.
Really, you really dislike?
I dislike him, and
I think he's the best Spider-Man we've ever gotten.
I think he is too.
I like Toby too. I don't care what anybody says.
I hated Toby so much.
I think Toby was okay, but the problem is you got to think of what version of Spider-Man it was. So I like Tom Holland's version because it's younger.
And Toby was the shitty one. So
It took
Toby's the all.
He really was out of all three movie Spider-Mans we've got.
Don't you dare!
Okay,
Don't you dare
okay.
say Garfield
Do you know
was better
that
than-
all
Garfield was better than
of people?
McGuire.
Do you guys know that every single complaint about Tobey Maguire is Spider-Man comes from Sam Raimi's tropes that he uses in every fucking film?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say that too, Nick. Because I like Toby just fine, but I think
Toby
my
was okay.
issues with those movies is the directing.
Tobey Maguire is fine as an actor as long as he ain't
I
playing
think
fucking Spider-Man.
Sam
Yeah,
Raimi.
I like him fine as an actor too. I just didn't like him as Spider-Man.
I'm
I
not
own the movies,
Sam
but I don't
Raimi
watch them
fan.
because he's Spider-Man. You know.
You're crazy, dude. I mean, he wasn't that bad. He was. I liked him. I thought
Can
he
we
was
at
okay.
least
He was
agree? Can
fine.
we at least agree he was better than Garfield?
No,
Wait,
because
I
I
like
think
him too,
Garfield's better.
Garfield's
Uh,
terrible.
No,
I haven't disliked the Spider-Man. I'll tell you that.
I gave
No.
up hope on Spider-Man till Tom Holland. Now we have Tom Holland.
Right, and that's because your last taste of Spider-Man was Andrew Garfield, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that ruined me for Spider-Man for a while too.
Well, I had a bad taste with Tobey Maguire already, and then I got Garfield, and it's like, nope.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
All the
So if you didn't like Maguire, then you must have really been pissed with Garfield. So.
Yo, all you Johnny Come Lately fucking Marvel fans, fucking talking about I don't care about F4, the Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four is the
fuck off.
backbone
I
of the
love Fantastic
motherfucking
Four.
Marvel universe. Put some fucking respect on the Fantastic Four's name. God damn.
Right.
You
you
know,
know,
like,
outside of the X-Men, it's my favorite team book.
Dude, I actually
you guys
read more
gotta
Fantastic Four back in the day. I loved the Fantastic Four.
I know, and I agree with you. You gotta understand though. I mean, with the fucking terrible movies that have been made for them, I think
Movies were garbage.
I think it's it's really turned people off, unfortunately. And
I'm not.
there's a lot of people that probably haven't read the old school Fantastic Four comics, which I thought were really good.
Right.
I love some of the 80 stuff, and even the stuff in the 90s was good too.
Dude, the
I
fucking
liked
shit
it,
in the
though.
60s was fucking mind
Oh,
blowing.
that's
It
true.
was.
Well, it was. Just,
And I'm not gonna
I
lie,
think
man.
it'd
The
be
older
a
I get, the more I associate with Ben Grimm.
Yeah, I don't know.
The more you look like him,
For
yeah.
anybody that's read fucking the Stan and Jack run of Fantastic Four, okay,
Yeah.
101 issues, right?
Mhm.
Or was it 102? And the only run besides independent books that has beaten that is fucking Bendis and Bagley on Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I challenge anybody to give me a more impactful run in the history of comics.
well, Claremont's run on X-Men was pretty fucking impactful.
Okay.
Fucking Dakota.
Here, how many look at what Claremont introduced in X-Men, okay? Then look at what the fuck Stan and Jack introduced in Fantastic Four. It's no contest.
I mean,
Fantastic
pretty-
Four.
I think it's a pretty good contest.
Fantastic Four is the backbone of the Marvel Universe.
I'm not denying that at all. But I'm saying,
See, I get what you're saying, Nick, but you got to understand. We're talking about people who, whether they like the Fantastic Four or not in the past, the recent events, I think, have soured people on Fantastic Four a lot.
Just the movies?
yeah, but a lot of people don't. I mean, a lot of people don't read the Fantastic Four comics probably a lot because it's not.
there haven't been a
People
lot
aren't
of them in the
reading
past
comics.
decade
There
either.
hasn't been that much to read for comic wise lately for them. I mean, there hasn't been. The last time I read a Fantastic Four
really
comic was in the
good.
90s. So
The last really good run I enjoyed on the Fantastic Four was Mark Waid's run in the early 2000s.
okay.
So you didn't read Hickman's Fantastic Four then?
I didn't get to read Hickman's Fantastic Four.
But how long ago was did Hickman's Fantastic Four? Was that done?
Probably.
Yeah, I
About,
think it was right after Wade's.
probably about 5 years ago.
Okay. So we haven't had
Fucking
any
Primal
recent comics
Sabbath
in
says
5
fight
years.
me, Nick. Only time Fantastic Four were interesting to me was in Death's Head. Okay.
That
So-
was a good run, but
So, all right. Without Fantastic Four, no Doctor Doom, no Inhumans, no Adam
I'm
Warlock.
fine with no Inhumans because the Inhumans fucking blow.
yeah, but Doctor Doom is fucking amazing.
Dr.
No
Doom is
Galactus, no Silver
Galactus
Surfer.
is overrated.
You know what? I could do without Zero Server.
I knew Russ was going to say that. I could do without Galactus.
Yeah.
fuck Silver
The
Server.
Inhumans
Yeah.
suck. Yeah, oh my god. Y'all didn't read like Jay Lee's Inhumans and shit?
Maybe that's why I just.
I've never
it's
cared
just-
for the Inhumans,
Oh
man.
my
I
god.
just,
Okay.
that's what. Yeah.
So are you telling me I have the Fantastic Four to blame for that silver prick?
That's
Really?
right. Yeah. Fantastic 48 through 50.
And now I'm hating on Fantastic Four all by myself. Asshole. I'm
But
kidding.
I don't deny I don't deny they're not important. And for
Yeah, they are.
20, 25 years, they were the backbone of the Marvel Comics universe.
Right, but that's before.
And then the
before a lot-
X-Men. Then the
Right.
X-Men in the late 70s and 80s and 90s became the backbone.
Right,
And
because
then for the past 15 years, it's been the Avengers.
Yeah, but the Fantastic Four also brought in. It was like the entry to the cosmic level stuff. It was
Well, all right.
pushed
And the
that
X-Men was a continuation of the cosmic level shit, even more so.
Yeah.
The
Well, I'm not gonna
scroll-
say.
Okay, no
they're-
scrolls without Fantastic Four.
fuck the scrolls. Who cares? Get out of here. You can't use the scrolls as a selling point. Get out of here. The scrolls. Come on to something better.
Did
than
you
that.
just
Come on.
watch Far From Home?
Yeah, I did. Fuck
Okay,
scrolls.
okay.
I don't care about scrolls.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Captain
And
Marvel?
How do you know? You didn't
Yeah.
even see Far From Home. How do you know about the scrolls?
Because motherfucker, I can read.
You know what? Dude, but you read the fucking movie?
I read about the fucking scene, so I know what happened.
You know what? Stop spoiling yourself.
I
See
don't-
the movie.
I don't know what happened yet, so
Oh, I'm sorry.
I've not seen it yet.
Goddamn, Josh.
Josh.
I'm sorry, Josh. We just gank your ass.
Yeah, let's talk about the reveals instead of you two arguing about, you know.
Okay.
Hey, we got a She-Hulk fucking TV show coming.
Okay,
We got a Moon Knight TV show
All right,
coming.
hold on. Let's take them one at a time. Calm your tits.
Sorry.
I'm right. Y'all are wrong about Fantastic Four, and that's where we're
Oh,
gonna
get
end
the
that shit.
fuck out of
But
here.
anyways,
Ugh.
the interesting thing about She-Hulk is She-Hulk's rights were with Universal, just like the Hulk's were, but
Oh, I didn't know that, yeah.
they were bundled completely separately. So that means that Marvel has been talking to Universal. The other interesting thing about that is Universal also holds the rights to Namor.
Namor.
Yeah. Him, oh, man.
Kidding?
Oh,
That would be
yeah.
a heavy hitter, man. Dude, get him in Black Panther 2.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude, I had
yeah.
no idea.
Well,
I was
you
like
know-
wondering why Namor hasn't been in a movie or anything.
Yeah.
Dude, I'll get a babysitter for that one.
You know, they kind of alluded to the possibility of Namor in Endgame.
That earthquake, that underwater
That
earthquake.
underwater earthquake off the coast of Wakanda
Mhm.
that they were
Mhm.
talking about
Yeah.
when Black
And,
Widow
and,
was
and,
having
and,
the...
and Josh, what that shows me is Marvel's gone back a lot and kind of said, like, yeah, we mentioned this earlier when like they kind of didn't. I'm trying to think of an example, but I can't. But
They,
this,
they left it ambiguous enough to where they could easily tie
yeah,
it in.
yeah, and
Yes,
Or
absolutely.
it could be, as Dana Garai's character said in the movie, it was just an earthquake.
yeah,
You know,
True.
Yeah.
but
Or-
the seeds are there in case
or-
it grows into a Namor.
and I like that forethought. You know what I mean? I think that's I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Namor would be awesome.
I don't know if he'll be in Black Panther 2 because I think that's already in development. You know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Probably too soon.
Yeah.
Unless they bring him in at the end. They kind of
Walter, we see you. We're talking about
cutscene.
shit already.
Yeah.
But so that's what's interesting to me about She-Hulk. Go ahead and go on to the next show, Josh.
Oh, well, you know, Moon Knight and the rumor that Kit Harington has been attached to play Moon Knight.
Yeah.
And
That's
Moon Knight is a very interesting character. A lot of people say, well, he's just a Batman ripoff. You know,
He's got a much better personality.
Yeah.
there's
Quirky. He's
a lot of heroes throughout the history of both Marvel and DC are very similar.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Aquaman, look at Namor.
Mhm.
You know, look at Green Arrow and look at Hawkeye. You know,
Flash,
some of them were
Quicksilver, they all
Flash
have their
and
analogs.
Quicksilver. Yeah. I mean, so what if he's a ripoff, or if he came first, which I don't think he did. I think he came later, but still.
Well, yeah.
Which
I
one?
mean, Batman's been around since '39.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Moon Knight came later. This is
Yeah,
the
Moon Knight
70s,
came
right?
in the 70s. I think his first
Okay.
appearance was in one of the Werewolf by Night books in
Mm-hmm.
the 70s.
I wasn't sure if it was a Werewolf by Night or if it was one of those.
Magazines or some shit.
One of the like.
It might have been a Werewolf by Night magazine, like you were saying. Sorry.
Are you telling me that people actually consider Moon Knight like a Batman ripoff? I've never considered him a Batman ripoff.
No, a lot of people do.
I've never-
A lot of people do. But what I think personally, yeah, he could be Marvel's analog to Batman. But there's a lot of Marvel analogs to Batman, including Night Thrasher.
Sure.
You know, shit like that. But what's interesting to me about Moon Knight, to me, when Watchmen came about, to me, we know Rorschach was based on The Question. But he's got a little bit of Moon Knight in him, man, with that talking to himself, the inner monologue, all that shit.
Well, see that, Moon Knight. I don't know, man. I don't see Batman there, but whatever.
Well, because he is a rich dude with gadgets, and
but he's
Batman's got the black costume, he's got the white one.
I think that's a little. He's a little more wackier than Batman. Like, he's a little. He's a nutterbutt.
Yeah,
like Batman is a little crazy, but not like Moon Knight. He's not as crazy as Moon Knight. Moon Knight's a nutter.
Different characterization.
Yeah. It's like
I never got
What's
that.
up, Jose?
I enjoyed them both. What's up, Jose?
yeah. Hey, look at that guy, man.
Yo,
Yes, it is.
just real quick, Jose, I wish you the best of luck on your future endeavors.
Yeah, I know, right, dude?
God, did you have to WWE him?
I know, right? No,
I think
dude,
I
that's
missed
I
awesome,
love
man.
that dude.
Yeah, I missed them
Fucking
too.
Jose is my boy.
yeah,
I love that dude.
Just like let us just jump in every now and then. Let us know you're alive or something, dude.
yeah.
But yeah, it's cool what he's doing.
Yeah,
I
so
feel like I missed a whole
Yeah,
lot of shit there.
what's he doing? Not to put his business out.
No, he talked about him breaking the
Yeah,
mold and
he's
going back
he's
to
going back to
school.
school.
going back to
Oh,
school,
holy
man.
shit.
Fucking,
Yeah.
I told him, man. I said, Excelsior, onwards and upwards, brother. Fucking improve
Yeah.
yourself.
Goddamn
That's
right.
fucking awesome, dude.
Self improvement, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he's kick-ass. So.
Self.
All right, back to Moon Knight.
Back to Moon Knight. Kit Harington. I think it's a good get because you don't have to spend as much on him because he's not a movie actor. You know what I mean?
Right.
But he's super well known. So he.
Oh
would
yeah,
get
he's
people to
huge
watch
now,
it.
dude.
Yeah, and like chicks love him. So like you get
Yeah.
people to watch it just for him. You know what
He's
I
got a
mean?
cute wife too. She's hot.
Yeah, dude. You greet.
Keep on it.
Yeah.
I don't even know her real name. I just know her as that.
Oh,
fucking
did he
wildling.
marry that girl in real
He
life?
sure as hell
Yeah.
did. Damn
Yeah.
right.
The
Wow.
wildling he was
waxing.
fucking in Game of Thrones.
He's
married her.
waxing wild red, boy. I tell you what.
Hell yeah.
He's tearing that shit up.
Yo, just because it's on my mind, and if I don't, you guys know me, I'm like a fucking cat with a laser pointer. If I don't mention it, I think that if they recast any role in Thor and they recast Volstagg, they should use the dude that plays fucking
Tormund?
Yeah, Tormund, whatever the fuck his name was.
Yeah. Dude, love that guy.
Yeah, is that the dude? He's got that big red beard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
amazing.
That was Sam's favorite character. I know.
He was absolutely
Yeah,
he was awesome.
Just seen him in memes and stuff.
Yeah, that's your guy. Sam's like, look, that's my brother. All right.
Shit, that's Sam's daddy.
all right.
He could pack Sam around like Sam packs his little boys around.
Wordy. That shit was hilarious in the last season. The story about the
The
Giants.
giant milk. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. That was a great.
Everybody was
scene.
talking about how the writing on Game of Thrones went down in the last season, but there were so many just great moments that
Absolutely.
like that, man. That were
I
just
disagree. I
great
think it
fan
was
service.
a solid season. I think
I do
it was
too.
a very well done season.
I
Throwing enough game.
People just didn't get what they wanted, and they said, "Well, the writing sucks."
well,
Like Joe fucking won.
no, it was what I told you. I think people were mad because the show was ending. That's why they weren't like it no matter what. You were gonna be mad about it.
I think it's the same situation as I can't even remember. But basically, it's like people didn't get what they want, so it's horrible.
Yeah, no, exactly. So they were pissed off. They're not going to like what they got because they didn't get what they want.
Yeah.
But that's all good.
I
I think
Rolling
Kit Harington's
Stone-
awesome, though. That's a
As
good
Rolling
choice.
Stone said, you can't always get what you want.
Yep. I mean, I'd like to see Kit Harington doing something like that. You know, I think it'd be fun to see him doing something other than Jon Snow. You know,
He did a series for the BBC where he played Guy Fawkes.
yeah, I heard. I
Oh,
heard
really?
I heard about it.
Damn, dude, I have to check that out.
Dude,
Yeah.
I can't wait. Like we were talking a few weeks ago about the Warner Brothers service, the HBO Max streaming service, how they were getting some BBC America and BBC rights.
That's our chance.
Yeah, dude, I'm excited about that. Like I think that Warner Brothers service, like it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, it sounds like it's gonna have a lot of shit to pull from, so that's
Yeah.
gonna be great. Yeah.
All right, the next show, Josh, that you want to hit?
That was Ms. Marvel.
Okay, Kamala Khan.
Kamala Khan.
I was just say that they'll go Kamala Khan. That'll be cool, man. Hey, so what's the the origin of her powers?
She's a mutant.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. She's a Muslim mutant.
Do you think that they'll stick with that origin for? Or I mean, I guess they can.
They can
don't
now.
have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. God, dude, if they call her a fucking mutant, I'll watch every episode of it.
And the other thing,
Throw me a bone.
the other thing that is cool about that. Oh, sorry, Sabbath is right. She's an Inhuman, not a mutant. Sorry.
Well, hey, that was during that time.
That was during that time where fucking the Inhuman X-Men war and all that bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like like I'm not the most PC motherfucker on earth, but I think anytime that a marginalized group of people get representation on the screen, it's only good for society.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely, man.
Absolutely.
Definitely. And people buck against that stuff, man, and so to speak. I don't know.
I hear you. I totally got what you. I just totally see what you
No,
did
but
there, dude.
it is this thing now where, like, if you see that, it's like, oh, well, of course she's a girl. Of course she's Muslim. But I feel like 15 years ago or 10 years ago, people wouldn't have said that. You know what I mean?
Well,
I think-
I think it's
Well, I
something
don't think I would have said that shit pre 9/11.
I don't
Oh
know.
shit!
No. I don't know, man. I think it is like a recent thing, like within the last few years. That
I think it's because people think that they'll tell you, when you get aggravated by it is when they take a character that's been a certain race.
yeah.
We change that character's race for that. But if it's a character that's always been, or it's never really, you don't really know what race the character was really, and then they say, okay, she's gonna be a Muslim or whatever. Who cares?
Yeah.
Well,
They
like,
do that for movies all the time. They
even-
create characters.
even Russ, like kind of what you said about before, because like my kind of views for that is like, it's let's say if they take a character and they make them like African American or Indian or Asian or whatever.
Mhm.
If it was a white character before, I'm not bothered by that, just because I feel like the media, like since we've had like TV, comic books, is like so skewed towards just like white people that there almost, to me, has to be like some retroactive kind of recasting to make it more diverse.
See, yeah, I see what you mean, but then do it somewhere else. Don't do it in my comic books, and don't do it in
Or make new characters.
leave
yeah.
my
Well,
leave
that's my
character.
point.
Yeah, and I'm
That's-
kind of in that same thing, Robert. It's
Yeah.
like make a new character.
Yeah,
Right there,
to
you
get that
go.
representation, but
because
Or build
At the
up
same
some of the
time,
characters that were already there.
Yeah.
There are strong characters of all ethnicities and all
Sure,
orientations.
yeah.
absolutely.
They just need to build those characters up.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Totally agree.
definitely, because like you said, they're there, but
Right. Miles Morales is Spider-Man. I think.
Fucking love Miles Morales.
I think the Miles Morales Spider-Man thing is probably the exception to the rule. You know what I'm saying? John Stewart, exception to the rule.
Yeah,
But
My-
I
that's my
think
favorite
I think
fucking
that
Green
works.
Lantern.
I think that works even better with John Stewart because
then
it's the Green Lantern Corps. You know what I'm
Let's
saying?
Right,
talk about
exactly,
that then,
exactly.
Like, what about like John Stewart? Like in the Green Lantern's a unique thing because that is a mantle that gets passed on.
Mhm.
right.
What is it about Miles Morales Spider-Man that worked? Where
He was
where-
an
where-
alternate universe Spider-Man, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Well, it was in the
not
Ultimate
not
Universe.
originally. Not originally.
with Peter
Originally,
Parker though.
Miles Morales came from the Ultimate Universe, and he came about when Peter Parker died in the Ultimate Universe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Miles Morales, I could see that as an exception to the rule to me too. But Miles and Stewart were new characters. They
Exactly.
Didn't just, yeah.
Exact. That's my
True.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's most of our points.
Yeah.
Okay,
Dakota.
yeah, and I hear that point.
And the thing is like the inherent bigotry of elevating a marginalized person to a traditionally white role is bigoted, man. You know,
Yeah,
because
Well,
that
that's like
change-
saying you can't stand on your own because of this, so we're gonna have to stick
Yes.
this into that role.
Yes.
Yeah, and Rob, I'm kind of with you on that because I think because like you look at like we'll take Jane Foster Thor. It's not as like if I'm not crazy about that. I
Yeah,
didn't
me
read
either.
the books either though, so I can't speak on it too much. But I think you can say it's empowering to women to say like a woman can be Thor, but then on the other hand, it's like you're saying to make this female character matter, you have to call her Thor.
Yes.
Right. We had to
Or
make
give
her.
her-
Yeah.
give her this male character name, and where I think that it's almost like kind of undermines
Oh,
her
Jesus. How
as the
many
character.
strong fucking women characters do we have in comics? There's
Yeah,
a
like there are no shortage of those in
Yeah.
comics for sure, man.
I
And
fully
there
agree
always,
with
there always
Comics
have been,
has
dude.
to be the most progressive form of media on the planet.
They always have been.
Comics
They've always
definitely
been.
is. And that's fine.
They've been a front runner in diversity and equality and inclusivity.
Yeah,
First,
man.
I mean, that was
Yeah,
how
that's
Stan
why
Lee
like
especially was writing.
whenever people kind of go against that, like with comics, I'm like, do you like understand the like where they came from or like
I think
a
it's
good-
great. Just real quick to speak to you guys' point, I think it's great that in the current Marvel comics, every single one of them, they have a one-page full spread of a Stanley soapbox from back in the 60s or the 70s where he's talking about inclusivity
Mhm.
and shit like that.
Yeah, that's awesome,
And
man.
yeah, and so yeah, comics has always been progressive. What I think is a problem is when they decide for representation that they need to, and again, I use elevate in air quotes, like Falcon. I mean, Falcon came along and became Captain America. Okay, well, he ain't Captain America no more.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
back to being the Falcon. So to me as an observer, that looks like a demotion.
Right.
Yeah, and it's
You
like
know what I'm
if-
saying? And it's not it's not allowing that character to stand on his own, merit. It's fucking trying to prop him up with an identity, to make him more palatable to people rather than fucking writing a story about that character that fucking
Well, in
connects
the,
with people.
And a perfect example of
Yeah.
that is if you go back and look at Black Panther. Black Panther came about when civil rights were in a huge swing. I mean, there was major segregation issues, and Marvel went and said, well, we got this badass character. Now we're going to make him a headliner. We're going to give him his own fucking title. And he is a badass.
Another character introduced in Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
And then
he
look
started
at,
in Fantastic Four and wound
Yeah.
up on his own book. and
Yeah,
that book is phenomenal.
but the thing was the first title that he headlined was called Jungle Adventures.
Oh,
That is so bad. Is it really?
Yeah.
Man, maybe Marvel wasn't as progressive as you thought.
Well,
Anyway.
you can't hit them all out of the park, but
Yeah, I guess so. That's bad.
Uh,
Oh, God.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
comics have
sorry
always
for all
been-
the people that don't like when we get a little preachy, but you know, this is
Yeah,
shit.
sorry.
These are issues that are happening and should be discussed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The point is there's so many strong characters of all diversities that we
Mhm.
could quit changing characters and giving them and putting somebody else in their mantle just to give that mantle to a diversity to
I
Yeah.
agree.
Because
Yeah.
let that diversity stand on its own. God damn it!
Mhm.
Yeah, and if you know how comic books work, and if you have like any knowledge about them, like when something like that happens, like it's like, well, this is going to be temporary.
Yeah.
Just because
Yeah.
nothing in comics is permanent, it always goes back to the old status quo.
Yeah.
I know.
Now, I mean, there's some shit they've done that I didn't mind, like the whole Iceman thing where he came out as being gay. They ran with it. I think they're still running that.
They are still running.
Perfect.
with it.
They are.
And-
That is, but that is some shit that would happen to a person in real life. That made sense for that character, for the way it happened, for what went down. That kind of shit makes sense. Now, don't do it to everybody.
yeah.
Let him have his moment.
And like the thing that was bothering me when we talked about this many moons ago, but the thing that was bothering me about the Iceman thing was I didn't think that they were gonna play it out.
No,
You know, I thought-
they were going to wreck on him.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna retcon it, and they haven't.
Which is good then. And
Yeah.
I kind of agree with that on it.
People
Because
are guns on it.
if you're going to do it, then stick to it.
Yeah.
And let it
And they
play it out
did.
all the way.
And
they've
they
done
have
that.
so
And
far.
good for them.
Yeah.
I kind of thought they were doing it just to make a statement, just make a splash. And then it was never going to be addressed again.
Yeah, that's the way. That's
Yeah, like
the way I
that would
thought.
seem
Yeah.
cheap to me. That would seem cheap to me.
Because it came right before that whole Age of X-Man thing,
Right.
Mhm.
which leads into the new X-Men series, Powers and House. So I thought that okay, this is how they're gonna go ahead and give it an out. You know what I mean? But
But they didn't.
They didn't. Fucking credit to Marvel for fucking sticking with it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, you're right.
And it's been a
And
fucking-
I was telling you the entire time they weren't going to retcon it.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but here's the thing, Josh.
I know you.
didn't
I know.
that,
I know
Josh.
you. I know you were
guessed.
Josh. But look at Marvel's track record with their other shit.
Yeah.
So there
This-
was
this
no.
is
There was
one
no.
thing
There
that
was
they
no.
had been consistent on for so long, though.
I'm
Because
sorry. I missed what you said.
This is one thing that they had been consistent on for so long, though. Because it had been 3 or 4 years consistently, and it was still prevalent. It was still ingrained in his character.
It wasn't
was
that
still
long,
brought up.
dude. It wasn't.
That's what
that,
it was.
No, man. It happened in X-Men Red, which is only come out in like the last 2 years. Yeah, it was X-Men Red because it dealt with the end of the fucking young X-Men going back in time.
So is that when it kind of was first addressed? His sexuality was
Yeah.
first addressed?
Yeah, you're right. It's February of June of 2017. My bad. I thought it was longer than that.
Nah, Gene outed him before X-Men.
No,
Red. No.
November of 2015. So it was about 4 years ago.
Yeah. Well, Nick, let's ask, do you think it was wrong for Marvel to make Spider-Man sell his soul to save Aunt May just to break up the marriage between him and Mary Jane?
Wasn't that some goofy retconning?
I'm sorry?
Wasn't that some goofy retcon stuff that they did?
They basically Spider-Man didn't sell his soul.
One More Day was a terrible story.
That's what I heard. I never read it, but I just hear it get loud at all time.
Yeah. I hate Straczynski's run with a passion. Everything he did was to me. It was a Joe Q thing. Okay. Oh, Joe Q. Yeah. Well, it wasn't just Joe Q. It was everybody else. everyone that wrote Spider-Man complained about the spider marriage, and that's not the same. That's not the same thing. What we're talking about is retconning or like making a change to elevate a character in a minority position to a traditionally white or majority role, and then demoting them later to a character back to their
Like,
originally.
back to
So,
what-
like you said, taking Falcon to make him Captain America, and then demoting him back to Falcon again, rather
Yeah.
than just building up the Falcon.
Yeah, but when you say demote, it just says, "Well, Falcon was crap." Yeah,
Well, that's
I
the
mean,
way,
exactly
that's the
what it
way it
looks
comes
like,
off,
though.
man. It's
Falcon
the way it
was
came
a great
off.
character. It irks me. It irks me that he became Captain America actually because I liked him as Falcon.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
Why
that's the thing.
Are we
he
doing
was-
that? You know?
He was great as Falcon, and they
Mhm.
decided to fucking ramp him up to Captain America, and then
Yeah.
they demote him back.
So
Yeah.
it's funny when they do that. It's almost like they're kind of discrediting the character of Falcon.
Right.
right. That's
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Ugh.
It's well intentioned fuck ups.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
That's
Yeah, Nick, that's like you said, it's well intentioned, but I think, like you said, it does. I don't know, like I
it
was
does
saying
damage
before,
to the character.
Yeah,
And what you have to realize is that a lot of these characters have been around for more than 50 years, and
Right.
these writers need to fucking realize this too. They're the caretakers of these characters' legacies.
Yeah. So don't
So-
do anything stupid. It's not that all right. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, but every writer
Right.
wants to try to do something to make a splash and try to do
to leave their
something.
mark. To leave their
Unfortunately,
mark.
they leave a shitty mark.
Take a character that's a little bit lesser known and make them something.
Yeah, that's
Or ramp them up, write them so good that people look
Yeah.
away from these mainline characters and go, "Holy shit!"
good
Yeah.
point.
That's the thing. If you have a minority character in any way, fucking make that character interesting without using the crutch of another character's legacy.
Yeah,
That's my
Exactly.
point of view. All right, I'm done with that shit.
All
The
right,
next show,
let's move
Josh.
on.
We've had that talk on the show a few times.
I know, right? I know. Well, I know this was a more calmer conversation we had though than we've had.
Probably because we've had a few
Because we
rehearsals
fucking-
on this
Yeah,
Well,
conversation.
yeah, because we've already talked about it.
yeah.
But yeah, but maybe we're all starting to calm down and relax a little bit and have a good
Yeah.
conversation.
more alcohol was involved tonight, Russ.
Oh yeah, I've been
Yeah.
drinking. Yeah, I'm on my second one stiff, baby. I'm good.
I've drank about a quarter bottle of rum. I'm
I'm,
feeling fine.
Oh yeah, dude.
I'm trying to taper off of cigarettes, so I'm fucking Nick fitting like a bitch because I try to go like 2 lollipops to 1 cigarette.
Oh
and
shit!
I'm fucking. But Josh, you there?
I am.
All right, cool. So the next one is She-Hulk, right?
Well, I mentioned it, yeah, but we didn't really speak on it much.
Well, is
So-
that the last one, or did we miss something?
No, that was the one I actually said first, and then we went into Moon Knight.
okay. Okay.
Is she so are they gonna do a TV show for the She-Hulk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dude,
Because
You
Yeah.
missed the whole
Yeah.
fucking.
remember you mentioned when
Yeah,
brought it up
the
how
universal rights and
universal
shit.
rights to Namor.
Yeah. Okay.
We've not been given anything about casting or anything. We just know that it is confirmed for a Disney
Yeah.
Plus show.
That's really cool, though. I mean,
Well, dude, here,
God,
let me say something real quick on that last topic. when She-Hulk, she's still a lasting character because she got her own story. They didn't call her the Hulk.
Right? She's
You know what I mean? It's like, I know it's petty and it's stupid, but like she's still around and like a beloved character today.
I always liked her because she wasn't quite as dumb as the Hulk.
She is now, man.
Enjoyed her.
I'd love to see like Matt Murdock involved in the show somehow.
She banged a juggernaut.
Dude, she was always hot to me, man.
Well, okay, but I mean, it would take the She-Hulk to handle the Juggernaut. You know what I'm
Dude.
saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was what was funny. They were talking about that afterwards. It was
Yeah,
Yo, and
I mean,
in Alias, which is the comic book that Jessica Jones is based on,
Mhm.
She-Hulk and Jessica Jones had a conversation about fucking Luke Cage.
Yep.
You know, because Luke Cage likes to be like Ben Affleck in Mallrats. He likes to fuck female characters.
Super powered women.
Super powered women in
Yes.
a uncomfortable space like the back of a
Back of a
Volkswagen.
Volkswagen? I was waiting for you to get to it so I could spit it out, damn it.
That is
Thank you, Bendis, for that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Dude,
wonderful.
it's like with She-Hulk, man. It's like, you know, you guys know I'm a small guy, so it's like I've always been like
Oh, shit.
I've always been attracted to women who are like big and tall, dude. So like She-Hulk always was like the hottest to me, man, because I love a girl who's
I like
holding me
big
like a
women.
Dude,
baby.
your average woman, it's like a
And you like that?
You're
By a large woman.
You're like Captain Kirk, dude. You like them green skin bitches. Go ahead, dude.
I want
I
her
do
to be able
too,
to pick me up like a
man.
baby.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
All right.
Sam is
So,
officially
uh,
a Wally.
If
So-
you make it to TFCon, I think we're going to chip in on.
Here's what I'm gonna be mad about with this casting of She-Hulk. If they cast some girl who's like super skinny, dude, ugh.
By the way,
dude.
Hey,
we talked
Sam?
earlier about peeling back the layers. We're just learning a lot more about Sam tonight.
Yeah, dude.
if you make it out to TFCon, and I hope you do, the
What
rest of us will
sponsors?
chip in on the biggest private escort that we can find so we can cradle you like a baby for an hour.
Yeah, dude, we don't even have to do anything sexual, man. I just want
Yeah,
to
that's what I'm saying.
He
Just
just
cradle,
wants to be
carry you
held.
around, just carry you around the sales floor like a little baby.
Yo,
Yo, I'm gonna put fucking Sam in a baby Bjorn.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
maybe
dude,
Hold
that'd
on,
be
maybe y'all remember that chick that was the TFCon in Chicago that was like that big girl? She was like tall and big. Like, I mean,
Where's
she was
she
one
at,
of the
man?
she was one of the cosplayers. I wonder if she'll be at Reston this year and we can like maybe get her to.
Dude, have her cosplay as She-Hulk, and I'll check
Yeah,
some things off
that's
my
right.
bucket list. I'm just joking.
Tell her paint your skin green.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's
Primal
Sam's
Savage says,
official
"Bruh,
celebrity
I'll
freebie."
PayPal some money to get a Bertha to carry him around."
I got an idea.
Oh,
Damn,
Bertha?
dude.
Oh,
I
God.
got an idea for next week's fucking promo. I'll tell you what.
Yo,
I'll leave
shout
it
out,
up to
shout
you,
out to
man.
Big Bertha from the fucking Great Lakes Avengers too.
Hell yeah, dude. Where's that TV series, man?
Dude,
Yeah,
that would
man.
be funny
They
as
haven't
shit.
announced it yet. But a series they did show a trailer for today.
Ooh.
Right before the show went live around 8:30 this evening, we got the Mandalorian trailer finally delivered to us.
That
Oh,
We
is
all got
insane.
we all got a
Oh,
collective
yes.
bonus. Yeah, I mean, it looks fantastic.
It
Had
looks
hell.
fantastic.
I still have one.
Yeah.
Dude,
Well, I
you didn't
got-
take care of that before the show? That's why we didn't start until 9:03.
I know.
Yeah.
That's, mine's gone down because I got whiskey dick now, but I feel your pain.
I need to take care of it again, man. That was a double stroker.
Nice, Dick.
Man,
Nice.
the production value of this show, just based on the trailer alone,
Oh my
is
God.
off the fucking chart.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't wait to watch it, dude. I haven't watched it yet, so.
And we covered this earlier. It's Pedro Pascal.
Pedro Pascal is the Mandalorian, yes.
I love that
Yeah.
dude, man.
And Carl Weathers showed him in the. It looked like he was in a cantina.
Yeah.
You
Just
got
looking
yourself
up
a
at
crew
it.
going.
That
Dude, I'm
son
thinking-
of a bitch.
Don't be surprised if you see like a lot of actors that aren't talked about show up in this, man. I'm
And
telling you, I got a
Gina
funny feeling.
Carano,
Bitch.
Gina Carano
Yeah.
looked great.
Yeah, there was
dude.
just a quick shot of her, but she looked pretty badass.
Yeah.
I got a feeling you're gonna have some people that they're not gonna like. They'll see. Let
Oh,
anybody go.
absolutely, absolutely.
They're
You're
gonna
gonna
shoot
Hey,
them.
hey,
Surprise.
I like Gina Carano because, like, I mean, she looks like she could whoop someone's ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What is it with you, dude, and tough chicks? You just want a chick to beat you up or something? And
I just don't like skinny girls, man.
you want her to hold you and then at the same time smack your ass? What's up with that? God damn.
Yeah, dude. I want to give it back.
Damn. Look at you, man. God, that's
He wants a bottle of beer and then he wants to be slung over his shoulder and
Hey,
hurt.
Sam, when
Yeah.
back in the day when China was a pro wrestler, did you dig on China?
Dude, there's porno videos with her, man. Haven't you seen it?
Yeah, I know, but I don't know. I didn't like watching them because
Dude, I've seen them.
Yeah.
in their-
I was
in their-
scared.
Hey,
I was
just
scared.
answer me this. Answer me this, Sam. How big was her dick?
Oh my god. Here we go.
Yeah, y'all remember that video?
Oh my
Dude, it
god.
was
How
just
big
weird.
was China's cock?
It's like that.
But just real quick, heading to the chat, Jose brings up a good point. Disney Plus may change the game. Looks like the shows will have movie quality production values.
Dude,
And
perfect.
yeah,
That's
man,
all I wanted.
they look amazing.
I mean,
Yeah, like Dakota.
That
Fanning, like,
Mandalorian trailer was easily as good as any movie I've ever seen.
I just like that it's all gonna be a lot of live action stuff too, man. That's
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
the Dakota kind of
Oh.
compared to Cowboy Bebop, and I like that. I think that'd be cool. It's
Yeah.
kind of the same, just like you said, that
Yeah.
space western.
And
Yeah.
just
Oh, yeah,
real quick, a minor, well, not really a minor announcement, but something that was buried in the Disney Plus stuff. They talked about What If, the animated series, and they confirmed that if a character is going to be in What If, which will be an animated series again, they will be voiced by their MCU actor.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
pretty
they
cool.
already
That's
reported that. I thought we had touched on that in the past.
We
It
talked
was
about that in
rumored.
the-
It was rumored, but it was
Yeah.
confirmed today.
Okay,
That's
okay.
kind of awesome. God damn.
I thought that was already confirmed. My mistake.
Yeah, it's news to me. And I think it's cool because it just lends credibility to it because they can bill it as I guess episode like has Robert Downey Jr. in it or Chris
I
Evans
hope
or
they-
whatever.
You know how much I hope they go back and do some old school What If stories from the old What If comics, man. That'd be wonderful. They had some really good stories.
Yeah, throw some diehard fans a bone.
Yeah,
I
man.
think
That'd be
cool.
great.
And this would be their
The new Die Hard movie, is it going to be R-rated again?
Oh God, no, but like Russ, this would be their opportunity to do it. You know,
I
what I mean?
agree.
It's like
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter like continuity wise,
Right, because that's always the cool thing about What If. It has nothing to do with anything. It's just here's a story. What if this happened? That's it.
Well,
Yeah,
And all
usually-
this shit we
usually-
got told.
well,
It was
usually
so
the
cool.
what if stories were based around a already pre-existing story, but it'd be
They were, but
it's like
an
it's like
event-
one
an
thing
event
changed or whatever.
yeah, but
Right,
they changed
yeah.
like one aspect of it, and it
Right,
was always
right,
it was
exactly.
always a cool
Like-
hook.
Like what if Venom had killed Peter Parker? Had killed
Yeah.
Spider-Man, right? That
There
was
was
the better stories they did. It was great.
What if the Hulk had killed Wolverine back in their
Yeah.
battle in the 70s?
Another
That-
great one. Another awesome one, actually. That was fucking amazing.
They did, and they did it both ways too. What if Hulk had killed Wolverine, and what if Wolverine had killed the Hulk?
Right,
So
right.
that
I
was
mean,
that
that's
was
so
cool
awesome.
because
Yeah,
like the
cool way to
Hulk
do it.
the Hulk one was 25 and the Wolverine one was 50 or 75 or something.
I thought they were back-to-back issues.
No,
That
Oh,
was
they were both like 25th multiple issues.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
yeah,
So I thought that shit was cool.
indeed.
And
Another-
we finally got the confirmation just before the show. Ewan McGregor
Obi-Wan.
confirmed as Obi-Wan.
Yes.
Finally, man.
That is going to be so cool. So we're not going to get the movie, but we're going to get. I actually think the series. would be
Hey,
better.
give me a series, dude.
Yeah.
I want a series.
Yeah, I'm
man.
a little more
Give me
excited
something
about
I can
that.
sink my fucking teeth into.
So, yeah,
Yeah,
and
there you
Nick,
go,
that's a good
Empire Boy.
point, because with his story, I don't think it's gonna be him versus like another like Force using dark side using big bad. So I feel like they need time to establish where he's at wherever this picks up. They need to establish like he's gonna be on Tatooine, but like establish the world
Yo,
that he lives in. You know.
yo, the chat is lit tonight. Fucking KJ said I thought Ice Cube was playing Obi-Wan on the show.
Cuts Panda Baba down and Dr. Evazon down in the fucking canteen and says,
You're gonna light him up, dude.
Fucking
Yeah, but
start breaking the
think
cantina
show-
up with a
show for
baseball
this way to
bat.
go, man. Any of you guys read that Obi-Wan book
That's
by John Jackson Miller?
No.
No, but I want to.
Dude, it's good. It's worth a read, man. It's good. And I think if they go something along that route, I don't want to see that same story told, which I don't think they will because it's considered Legends now. But something along those lines, man. I'm excited for it.
Oh, they can always pull from it like they did with Thrawn,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
reestablish Thrawn as an actual in-canon
Yeah.
character.
Yeah.
yes, we won't forget. Oh yeah, and then there's
Yeah,
another season of
Clone Wars.
We remember.
Yeah, hey, that,
man.
That's kind of been already known for a while, though.
Well, they released a photo with
Believe so, Dakota.
with Ahsoka and Darth Maul.
Yeah.
So I think yeah, I'm excited to see where they go with that.
You know what, Dakota? I agree with you. That's a good point. What he said. He said he'd rather have eight plus hours of series content over 2 hour movie. Well, that's the cool thing about a series is they don't have to rush anything.
Yeah.
They can take their time a little
Exactly,
bit.
man.
You
That's
know,
what I'm saying. Take their time to like establish where he's
yeah.
at.
I mean, episodal, and it's great, man.
Because like I said, it's like we know he's on Tatooine, but like you still have to like establish the world that he's in.
Well, do we know? Do we know for sure that that's what part of his life is going to take
Yeah,
place?
it's after
Yeah,
Revenge
yeah,
of the
Is
Sith.
that
maybe
it?
not.
Okay, I didn't
Maybe
know.
not.
I didn't know.
And
Well, is that,
I mean, it would make sense for it to take place post Revenge of the Sith.
yeah.
No, I'm saying
Well,
is,
there's
like,
a lot of gaps.
maybe he like dropped Luke off and then like went and did something else. But like I would
That's
like
what
to
I
see,
said, but-
I would like to see it all take place on Tatooine.
Well,
I'd like to see it.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, Nick.
I was
No,
just
no.
gonna say in the chat, Jose brings up a really good point. I think she says, "I think 8 episodes is a
Yep.
sweet spot
Yep.
too. It'll let them tell tighter stories with less fluff."
Agreed.
Yeah, anywhere in that 8, 9, 10 episode range. More than that, it gets too much. Sometimes you can tell it in 8,
Well-
sometimes 9. Sometimes it needs 10, but I don't think you ever need more than 10.
No,
There's been some
I'm
good
right,
shit with
I'm
like
right with you
12
on
and
that,
13
man.
episodes,
Yeah.
though.
It depends on the
usually-
cast, I think.
Yeah.
But like
Usually I've noticed.
Sorry, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. I was going to say, usually I've noticed in like 13 episode series, you usually have 1 or 2 episodes that are just really slow and could have been condensed into 1 episode.
Or throwaway.
But at
was
the same
they were useless.
But but at the same time, like some of those episodes that like usually would consider throwaways are sometimes some of the best content they put in the series.
Dude,
Exactly.
yeah. So like Daredevil season 1, there's like a 10 or something minute scene where like Foggy was talking to that girl in the bar, and it's like that kind of could be viewed as that, but I thought that was like a really cool scene. You know what I mean? So it's like
Great character building. That's where you
exactly.
character building, though, and that's
Oh,
important in a series.
Shit, man,
It
maybe,
is,
maybe I
but-
don't know then. Maybe Dakota's right because he's saying 8's too short, and I think it does. I think if you're focusing on Obi-Wan, one character, 8's fine, but depending on who they bring in or like the story that they tell, and it's like that's the thing because like I think that there shouldn't be like a mark for how long a season of anything is. It should be like how many episodes do you need to tell your story?
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
Okay,
And I
make
think
it
with the
that many
streaming
episodes.
services, they're not reliant on the whole TV format. They can
Yeah, exactly, man.
Yeah.
Because that's like when it
Absolutely.
goes, they would like the contracts. They'd be like, okay, you need 26 episodes,
right.
so they would just fill them.
What do you?
And
What do
that's actually something that we mentioned on All Queued Up today is with streaming content, you do not have to be holden to the traditional TV format, 20 plus episodes, have them start airing in September, have them wrap
Yeah.
before May, but you have to take a break in between and all that. You know, I like the fact that with streaming content, you generally get it all at once. Take it in when you want to, 2 or 3 episodes at a time, or if you want to make a weekend of it, whatever. But as long as the story leaves me wanting more after the story's told,
Gotcha.
then that is a well-told story. Or if it's a satisfying ending, you know, as long as I don't feel bored, I think it's well done. And
Yeah, and it's like if you don't feel,
Count Limited allows them to do so.
if you
What
don't
do you-
feel
what-
bored, then like you don't feel like
Yeah.
there aren't like loose ends that aren't tied up.
What do you think, Rob? 8 episodes? You like that?
Nah, we can go a little more than 8.
Like I said, I think
Well, dude, hey, I'm with.
I think
you because
I think
want
nine.
more
I
Star
think 9.5 is a good round number.
Wars. Seems like it.
is that the girth you like in the backside, sir?
Hell, woo!
Stretch
He
it
said the
out.
girth. God damn, dude. that's
Stretch it
crazy.
out. Call.
Like a cheese
Big, yeah. Yeah, they called me cocaine. in high
12, go
school.
big or go home.
Oh God.
He says 10 episodes. He thinks 10 episodes.
Yeah,
would be-
Ten-
yeah, I think
ten's
it's
a good
an
number.
episode.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, that's a good number.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Another thing confirmed for the Disney Plus service was a new Phineas and Ferb movie,
Dude, let's go, man. I'm gonna watch
Candace
that.
versus the Universe.
I can't wait. I love that show.
Yo,
Yeah,
out
my
of all,
daughter's gonna be happy.
yeah, out of all the things my kid
Yeah.
was into, that was the only thing I could watch with him.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
Phineas and
it's
Ferb
funny,
is some
man.
pretty genius
It's
shit,
funny.
man. Phineas and Ferb to me is like the starter series for kids to get into Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that's cool.
Madison, she used to watch it when she was little, and I would always call her Ferb, and she's like, "I'm not Ferb, you're Ferb." So I'll tell her tomorrow morning. I'll say, "Hey, you know they're making a Phineas and Ferb movie," and she's like, "What?"
Yeah, that's pretty. It's pretty neat that they're doing that.
I used to know the fucking words to the theme song. Something, summer vacation, and yeah,
I just know
man,
the
I
end.
love that shit.
No, it's a good show, man. I'm glad they're bringing it back in some way, shape, or form.
Just gotta love the hijinks, man. That's
Yep.
good stuff.
Yep.
Yo, I didn't know that you have to turn on monetization. Dust messaged something in one of the chat unbroadcasted. He's like, "Yeah, I noticed you guys don't even turn on monetization." I was like, we probably wouldn't pass any of them.
Like, oh yeah, we just don't
Yeah,
bother.
we failed at like.
I mean, if he wants us to, we can. But I mean, I guarantee we're gonna demonetize right away. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we're not advertiser friendly. We fucking know it.
no, we're not.
Uh-huh.
We're like we are the dirty show in the Rock. Okay, we're the dirty Rock show.
Look
I
at
mean,
that.
I really think we're overtaking Stasis Lock as the gentleman's podcast.
Mm. Gentlemen of leisure.
Oh God, dude.
All right.
Yeah, they're getting all professional and shit with their weekly reviews, though.
Mm-hmm. Good for
Honestly,
him.
if
Shout out to
Stasis Lock
Facebook, man. I
gets
love
away
that
with it,
show.
MPSP can still be monetized. I've
look
tried.
at him.
We tried to monetize a couple of episodes, and it got fucking kicked back right away.
Well,
Brammer clicked that
you're
button.
talking about blue hairs in Florida, and if the carpet matches the drapes.
See, what
I'm
happens
gonna
is
become the
Brammer
king of
clicks-
Florida, you bitches. I'm gonna find that gator with the goddamn
God.
knife.
You don't know how funny that shit is. Bro.
See, Brammer clicks that monetize button, and the only thing that pops up is a ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
What the
Yeah.
fuck were you thinking?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Get out of here, fool.
All right.
Shout out to Stasis Lock, man. I love that show.
Me too,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I can't catch it live all the time, but man, I definitely always catch it on the.
I just try to get in and clown in the chat for like.
Yeah,
15
I
minutes, and then- I mean, he's
I
like,
did the
back.
other week. I got in there. I was bullshitting around in there. It was
Yeah.
I love it, man. It's a fun.
Yeah,
It's a fun time.
funny. Yeah.
I gotta have some
Yeah.
bullshit to listen to when I'm sitting in the truck for 14 hours a day.
Yeah.
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 They're a good show though. They do a good
Yeah,
job.
they are.
They talk a lot of good shit.
All right.
All
Is there
right.
anything else we wanted to cover with Disney Plus?
No, I think we
I don't-
beat that horse to
I think
death.
I think that's all we needed to
Yeah,
get.
all I gotta say is like, I mean, I'm just excited. I think
Yeah.
this is cool that it's like the more
Yeah.
stuff coming, man.
Yo, I think it's gonna be the
Agreed.
best value for a streaming service.
Dude, it's gonna have
Because-
so much
because-
programming.
Dude, well, the thing is, it's not just all this shit we're talking about with Disney
Oh, I know.
Plus. It's gonna be $12.99 for Disney Plus, Hulu, and
Well, yeah.
ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I lose my. I actually have to start paying for my Hulu in December.
And like
So
all that.
if I do the bundle, I'll get my Hulu and all that other shit too.
Mhm.
See, I only pay $6.99 a month for Hulu now.
Yeah,
So by
I don't pay
getting that
for it.
bundle package, I will get it for $6 more. It's a no-brainer for me because we don't have cable. Everything we do is streaming anyway.
Man, that's how we are now.
That's
Yeah,
how we are
same
now.
here.
Dude. We totally
Yeah.
cut cables.
Same here.
But the thing is I pay the $11.99 for the no commercials because Hulu actually has more content that my wife likes than any other streaming service.
That's how we are too. And we've got, I mean, with Disney, the kids get all their shit that like Willow has all kinds of Disney backlog to mess with, and then I get all the Star Wars stuff and the Marvel stuff. It's like
Sure.
a win-win all the way around.
Absolutely.
Fucking all the Adult Swim stuff is on Hulu.
Oh man,
I'm low-key debating canceling Netflix when this shit all rolls out.
I'm not
can't-
letting Netflix go, man. There's a lot of good shit on
There's-
Netflix.
Yeah, there's a lot.
There's a lot of good shit on Netflix, but we have such limited watch time. If we're not going to be watching them, I'll fucking step back
Cycle
up
'em.
and grab it. Yeah.
Dude,
I'll
hey,
grab it.
Rob,
Like
That's
what
not a
I'm
bad
saying,
season
That's
episode
what
drops.
Russ. That's what you were talking about with the WWE Network. You know, taking a
That's-
break for a little bit. You know,
I was going to do the same thing with HBO too. I was going to watch what I want to watch for a little bit and then get rid of it for a couple
That's-
months and wait till more shit comes on.
That's what we
That's
do.
a
We'll
good
get
point,
HBO
man.
Go when once all like
Yeah.
Game of Thrones is out for
Yeah.
the season.
Right.
We'll get HBO Go
Binge
or
it
HBO
all.
Now, and then
Right.
she'll binge it, and then we
And
cancel
then
it.
that's
Yeah.
what you do, man. That's the smart thing to do. That's what I was thinking about doing is staggering them a little bit, you know?
Or you could just keep creating a new email address every month and
Yeah,
get
and get a
True,
free
too.
trial.
trial.
I don't even
Shout out to Gmail.
Yeah,
Indeed.
like at our house, I don't even know who's Netflix or HBO. We don't pay for anything, man.
Sounds like we just stealing that shit out there.
Dude,
Right?
hey, I pay
Sam's
for-
been spending
I pay-
time on a dark web.
Dude, I pay for
Yeah.
the DC app and I'll pay for Disney Plus. Everything else, like I don't even know whose Netflix we have, but I hope they don't cancel.
Well, see,
He's
but,
like
but the
me.
thing,
He's
but the thing
exposed
is
to
with like the HBO app, fucking Watchmen's coming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll have
Yeah.
to check
I think that
out.
drops this month, doesn't it?
I think
or
so.
next month?
Dude,
Well,
this
the new
year's
season-
gonna, this
new
next
season of
year and a
Ballers
half,
is
dude,
coming
gonna be
The
crazy,
last
man.
season of Ballers, which was announced earlier today, The Rock announced it today.
It's gonna be the last season.
This will be the last season of Ballers.
Really, I
Dude,
didn't
that's
know. it was
cool,
gonna
man. I
last
hope they
that
get to tell their story,
Yeah.
you know, and
Yeah.
and not have to drag it on for
Yeah.
Oh,
13 seasons. And
Yeah.
Watchmen drops in October.
Okay,
dude,
cool.
we got Watchmen in October. We got Mandalorian in November,
Yeah, man.
and then Star Wars in
Mindhunter season
December,
2
dude.
on Netflix.
Dude, Mindhunters
Yeah.
Mindhunter season 2 is fucking phenomenal.
I
I'm gonna have
can't.
to
I
check
can't
that
wait.
out,
I
man.
see, like I've said a few times on the show. You know, I've had I start watching something with my wife, and then she falls out of it, and I have to catch up. Mindhunters is some shit I gotta catch up on, and I love that shit.
This season, no spoilers, it's better than season 1.
Oh, fuck! I can't wait. Do we want?
I watched it all last weekend.
Do we want to cover the GameStop story because it's like?
I mean, it won't take
22-11.
long to do.
I mean, they
Yeah,
laid
basically,
people off.
GameStop is laying off what's essentially half
Yeah.
a Game Informer. So
Yeah.
that's the only fucking print magazine of any kind I have kept subscribed to. So it's kind of a big bummer because they're one of the only gaming publication mags out there now that's any good.
Yeah. So are they not going to be doing the print format anymore? Is it going to go digital only?
That I don't think they said anything, did they?
No.
I don't know.
By the
Or
way,
the-
you guys,
Did we
Are
talk
they
about the
still-
what if animated footage? We did not talk about the footage. We just talked about the fact that of the voice casting. I heard about it. They had a presentation where the Watcher was, giving a narrating some shit.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen it yet.
that's gonna be so cool. You know, that was one of my favorite comics. It was
Yeah,
one that I loved reading so much, and I'm really looking forward to that series. But
yeah.
when I was listening to you guys, there's a show on HBO. You guys, it just came on. It's called The Righteous Gemstones.
Yeah.
I watched episode 1. This show is off the chain nuts, dude. You gotta watch the show. You gotta-
And I still gotta fucking get on fucking Barry. The Bill Hader is a hitman that goes to acting classes and shit.
Yup.
I can't wait for it's already out. I just haven't gotten to it. But we had gone on to GameStop and
Sorry.
no, I'm just
Yeah.
it's just that, GameStop is laying people off, and nobody knows what's gonna fucking happen with them. They're gonna have to reorganize into something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep waiting to hear that they're filing for bankruptcy or something. That's what I'm waiting to hear. I don't know what's going on, but when you start hearing about them laying more people off, and then it's I don't know, it's sketchy. Not a little concerned.
Who knows?
And it's a big bummer.
Yeah.
Game Informer had a lot of good people on that staff.
Yeah.
I just got my issue in the mail today.
Yeah, Junior just had his, I think, the other day too, and it's,
Moving on from GameStop, Mortal Kombat. 11, the combat pack. Officially confirmed.
Dude.
So we've already had Shang Tsung and
Right, we have
Nightwolf.
Nightwolf right
Drop.
now. Okay, Nightwolf and drop, and then
Next up is Sindel.
Sindel. Okay,
After that is either Spawn or the Joker. I can't remember the order, but it's going to be staggered from now until March of 2020. And please remember that for MK10 they did 2 combat packs, so this is only probably the first one.
Yeah.
So they confirmed Sindel, the Joker, Spawn, and the motherfucking Terminator.
Now
It's the T800,
cool, man.
right?
It's the T800 with the Genesis old man look.
That's gonna be neat as shit, dude.
Yeah,
That's gonna
man.
be fun. I have to tell you, I love when they throw fucking characters into Mortal Kombat that are just like, you know.
Yeah, like I was talking to Cal today on the way to school because I'm still getting used to it. It's only like the first 2 weeks, so I'm still getting used to like how long it takes me to get him to school and Kate to work.
Yeah.
So me and Cal will end up sitting in the car for like 20 minutes before I have to take him to school, just shooting the shit and shit.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
That's awesome, though. Yeah, that's cool,
It
man.
is, man. Like,
That's good talk time, bro. That's good.
So, what the fuck were we talking about?
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We were talking about. I showed him the trailer for Mortal Kombat. He was like, "Man, I wish they had Darth Vader. I wish they had this. I wish they had that." I was like, "Back in the day, man, Soul Calibur had fucking Vader."
He did, yeah.
Before Soul Calibur, there was that wonderful Star Wars game, Masters of the Terrascasi.
Well,
Oh, God.
the thing about that game fucking blew. But Soul Calibur,
That game blew goats for quarters, man.
fucking Soul Calibur had Vader,
Yeah.
Yoda, and Link.
I definitely remember Vader being in Soul Calibur.
Vader was the PS1, Yoda was
Right.
the Xbox One, and then Link was the GameCube one.
It's fucking crazy,
Yeah,
dude.
man. So like, guest characters have always been a thing in games, but like,
No, sure.
Mortal Kombat, since Mortal Kombat 9 has been fucking knocking it out of the
Yeah,
park.
they've taken it to another level with, Freddy Krueger,
Kratos.
fucking Kratos. Yeah, I mean, and then they actually are thoughtful enough to do a story with them too.
Yeah,
you know?
that's
what's badass. You
yeah.
know, It's-
They incorporate them
fucking
into
fun.
the universe and give
Yes.
them a reason why these motherfuckers are here.
absolutely.
And then, like, being a huge, like, horror fan, last go-around was fucking Predator, Alien, Leatherface, and Jason.
which is off the chain too.
Yeah,
That's really
man.
cool. you know?
Fucking great shit. So, shout out to NetherRealm Studios and Mortal Kombat 11. I just wish it wasn't so fucking button-mashy.
Yeah, I mean, they just do that so that the noobs can get in there and do something, dude. That's all.
Yeah.
You know.
What you don't want Cal to have a sporting chance so you can make him quit.
He doesn't want Cal to beat his ass. That's what it is.
Cal does beat my ass in that game because
See,
he's got fucking faster reflexes than me. See, I need the games where it's a little bit of skill to fucking offset that fucking young boy.
Fuck that. You just need to start button mashing too fast, boy. Maybe
I still whoop his ass in Tekken though. So I pull out anytime I need to. I pull out fucking Eddie Gordo and make him cry.
After Nick's taking 10 ass whippings in Mortal Kombat, he's like, "Fuck that, we're playing Tekken."
Dude, from now on, when he starts whipping my ass in Mortal Kombat, I'd be like, all right, let's put Madden in. Let's see what's up.
Oh, that's fucked up, dude. For those of you that don't know, Nick specializes in beating the shit out of his son in Madden. Like, he's like 60-something
He's out of
points in one
pocket.
half.
I'll get you on some Tekken action, Eric. We're friends on there.
Good lord, dude.
I haven't played in a bit, so I'd have to play up a little bit. But yeah, I like playing online.
What's up, Eric?
What's up, man?
Good to see you, dude.
Eric will be a guest on the show in a couple weeks. He's got an event coming up with Kennedy's Village that we'll talk about. Some
Hell
real
yeah.
good, some real good shit. We love Eric. Eric's part of the family. So
Eric is
Yeah, that's
family.
y'all
that's our
check his
boy,
shit
man.
out. All right, next story. The motherfucking XFL is coming back.
Oh,
How
great.
exciting,
Hey,
dude.
they got a team in St. Louis, don't they?
Fuck.
Yep. They do.
Let
Believe
me
it is.
look it up.
Yes, it is. I think it is. There is a team in St. Louis.
Yeah,
Dude, y'all need to come to that
I
game,
think
man.
there is.
there's a team in Tampa, the Tampa Bay Vipers.
I think they're the St. Louis Battlehawks. That's what I believe they are.
It's a Tampa Bay.
That's the
version.
Atlanta
We've got
Battlehawks.
Is
We've
it the
got
Atlanta
8
Battlehawks? I must. Okay, my bad. I get them mixed up then.
The
We've
fuck,
got-
bro. No.
We've
Yeah,
got
well,
8
you know.
Go ahead, Josh.
I know.
We've got
Go
8
ahead,
teams.
Josh. Okay, go ahead,
There's
Josh.
the Dallas Renegades.
Which is
Run
awesome.
them down.
Their video is crucial. Go ahead.
Okay. Then we've got the DC Defenders.
Not too bad. Boring logo, but still fun. Okay.
Yeah, the logo looks like I don't know.
Yeah, it's a little boring.
It's very comic booky.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Tampa
I agree.
Bay logo is really fucked up too.
Houston,
Yeah.
the Houston
That's-
Roughnecks.
That's the Roughnecks.
Yo, the
So
thing
Texas is getting 2 teams.
the thing about the Houston Roughnecks is their logo is very
like the
reminiscent
old
of the
Oilers.
old Oilers.
Oilers. It is. Yep, it is.
Oh, that's cool.
Go ahead,
Got
Josh.
the,
Sorry to keep interrupting you.
You're fine, man. The LA Wildcats.
There you go.
Very
Very
bland logo.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm sick and tired of all the LA teams just being some calligraphied version of LA.
Yeah. Like Wildcats is a cool name, but how about having like a cat head or do something? Do a cat leaping or something like that.
Well,
I don't know.
That's the thing. The New York Guardians did do a cat head, and that logo looks pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
Well, but that the New York Guardians is it's actually supposed to be gargoyles. So it's kind of meant to be
Yeah.
like, but my boss was like, why didn't you just call them the gargoyles? I was like, because gargoyles doesn't sound as good as guardian.
Yo, fuck that shit. Fucking gargoyles is crucial, bitch.
Seattle has a cool logo with the dragons,
Yeah, that was
The
cool.
Dragons isn't bad. That's not bad.
and there is the St. Louis Battlehawks, and
I
that
was
logo-
right.
Oh,
dude.
okay,
This
sorry.
isn't
I
Battlehawks.
thought it was Atlanta.
That
Yeah.
logo is cool, man. It's like a sword with wings on either side of it. It's kind
That's
of
right.
reminiscent of the Jedi fucking symbol.
Oh,
I'm sorry
yeah,
about that.
dude.
So who's the Atlanta
No, you're
team?
right, dude.
There isn't an Atlanta team. The last
What
team
the
is the
fuck?
Tampa Bay Vipers.
Okay, let's talk about the Vipers for a second. I have Sirius in the car, and I was listening today.
Yeah.
So the XFL is obviously owned by Vince McMahon,
Absolutely.
and it's the Tampa Bay Vipers. So what they were fucking suggesting on Busted Open Radio was
Oh my
fucking
God, Randy Orton.
have Randy Orton be the mascot of the Tampa Bay Vipers, dude. That would be fucking awesome.
No. He's got.
I think they need to keep the wrestling separate and try to treat this seriously because
Have
that's
you
when
watched-
they fucked up the first time.
Dude,
Have
hey,
you watched the hype videos for these teams?
Randy Orton?
No.
He's got to
Okay.
be the. He's got to be
If-
the mascot for the Battlehawks, man. Because
He is from St. Louis, yeah.
Dude, I wrestled with his little brother.
If you watch the hype videos for each time they revealed the names, the hype video goes with it. It is very WWE ish. It's got Vince written all over it, but it's still cool. They still did a good job. But I agree with you, Josh. I think they need to keep pro wrestling kind of out of it.
Yeah.
Football is football. Pro wrestling's pro wrestling.
Yeah, but
You know,
but the wrestlers are fans of football. So
that's true.
anytime
That's true.
anytime you broadcast a game,
Yeah.
it's gonna pan over and you're gonna see wrestlers in the fucking crowd and shit. So
that's a good point.
there's gonna be a tie between the WWE and the XFL that you can't fucking sever.
Well, yeah, but it's okay. I think it's okay to use it for a little bit for promo, for that kind of promo, as long as you're not trying to like just incorporate it too much. That's all. You got to be careful how much you do.
Yo, dude, if they had Randy Orton as the fucking mascot for the Vipers and he started fucking RKOing the other fucking mascots, that would be fucking the greatest thing ever. I would go to every single one of those fucking games.
He would just play himself.
Crazy.
Like he wouldn't even wear a costume.
No,
It's
like
not
some
funny,
like
dude.
some fucking dude
God.
like your size in a mascot costume, fucking RKOing the other fucking mascots.
That's fucking amazing.
That would be
Like,
fucking awesome. I can't take credit for the idea. Like I said, it was on Busted
I'm-
Open Radio.
I'm definitely gonna try to go to some Washington games. I
Yeah,
wanna go
man,
check
and
it
like
out.
the thing is like I believe that the ticket prices will be more attainable than an NFL ticket.
I
So
think they will be too.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
so
absolutely
it'll be a
will be.
great thing for me, man. I got a fucking I've got a fucking team right next to me. I can take my son to more Viper games than I will be able to take him to more Bucks games.
Yeah, I
And
think
he's getting into that age where football is becoming a thing.
I think it'll definitely be a lot more easy, a lot more affordable. And also, and then because a lot of the stadiums that some of the teams are playing into, I mean, it's going to be nice, dude. They're gonna.
Yeah, because I mean
Fun.
the Tampa team's going to play in Raymond James.
Right.
The Guardians are going to play in MetLife Stadium.
Yeah, the DC
Dallas-
team is playing in the soccer stadium.
Okay, the Dallas team is playing in the Cowboys Stadium, aren't they?
I'm not sure. I don't know. if that's
I-
playing
I
in
don't know. I didn't look any of that info.
I thought they were, but like most of them are because they're not going to be running the same time as the NFL.
Well,
No,
they're
they're picking up the week after the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
the idea is for this to be.
I mean, they
that
can't
runs-
compete. They can't compete,
No,
right?
But that's not what they're trying to do. They're not trying to compete. They're trying to be almost like a feeder. They're going to become a feeder league into the NFL. I'm telling you, there's a lot of players that go undrafted and unsigned.
No, dude, I don't think they're going to be a feeder league to the,
Yeah,
I think
to
they
the
will.
NFL.
That's like a
I think, dude,
promotion.
I think they're going to be the real life version of Necessary Roughness.
Well, no. I just understand. But
They're going to be the NXT of the NFL.
You gotta understand though, players are not going to go play. They're not going to go play football in that league if it's like a stupid. The problem they had the first time around is he made it too gimmicky. Just make it fucking football. Change some stuff. I get it. Change a few things that we don't like about the NFL. That's fine. But if you make it too gimmicky, no one's gonna. And the players aren't even want to play in it if it's too gimmicky.
Well,
I mean, there's only two things that the XFL ever gave us that carried over to the NFL. One was the Skycam.
Yeah.
And the other one was He Hate Me.
Yeah, He Hate
He
Me.
Hate Me was a Philadelphia Eagle, my friend. Damn right.
Yeah.
Good player. For about the 2 years he made it.
I didn't know Tampa was getting a team, so I am actually kind of excited for this now.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. I agree. I knew Washington was getting a team, but I didn't know what they were going to be called. So
It'd be about equal distance for me to go to a game at St. Louis or DC.
Dude, come to the St. Louis one, man. You can stay at my house. We'll go.
Oh, you do that?
We'll make a weekend out of it.
Hey, baby, is that offer open to everybody on the cast? Or?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'll have to blow up an air mattress, but yeah, dude, that'd be awesome.
Dude,
Yeah.
dude I sleep right on the floor, man. I don't sleep on the air mattress.
No way, dude.
No,
he
seriously.
does. He sleeps on the floor. He's a fucking.
I'll sleep in bed.
He's a
I'll sleep in the
badass.
bed with. I'll sleep in the bed with you and Jackie. I'll just spoon you, okay?
Oh my
yeah, dude.
God.
I have to be the big. I have to be the big
God.
spoon. I have to be the big spoon, though. You know, I got this fucked up shoulder.
Well, that would only make sense. I'll be like, Jackie, go sleep on the couch. We're having company.
That's fucking
I'm like, it'd be rude to not offer the bed.
Oh my God.
Uh,
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, man. But
Glorious.
at Pinkerton's on New Year's and at Skullfest and
You just slept right on the floor.
Uh,
Was it a hardwood or
Lowry's.
carpet floor?
both.
Dude, so I'll lay down.
I slept on a hardwood floor at Lowry's and I slept on carpet at Bobby's and Pinkerton's.
Dude, we got hardwood in the living room, and then in the hallway we got carpet. Dude, I'll lay down in the carpet in the hallway, and dude, I'll pass out for like 3 minutes and wake up and like not know what planet I'm on. Like I'll just be sitting there like,
I love sleeping on a hardwood
no,
floor.
wake up, no, big old shit like
It's,
Okay.
it's nice and cool. Oh,
yeah, dude.
Okay, I love walking on, and I love the feel on my feet of fucking Berber carpet. So, I got an echo. Anybody else hear that shit?
Yeah, I hear the echo.
somebody's listening to the show on their end.
Wow. But anyway,
Hello.
There, it's gone now.
hello,
Yeah.
hello.
Yeah, it's gone now.
All right, cool. But dude, if you just sleep on rubber carpet, man, your whole face gets rashed up.
Yeah, for real, man. Me too. Because like I'll fall asleep on there, and dude, I'll wake up and think I missed the bus, and I'm like, oh wait, it's Sunday, and like you're almost 30. It's like, I like feel it on my body. I'm like,
I was like, Sam, you're riding the bus with the kids to school in the morning, you little fucker. Fucking trying to save that gas money, you little shit.
That would be fucking awesome, though.
It's got
That shit, I'd be
legends,
like, goddamn.
All right.
Incredible.
Dude, I don't have that, but every once in a
All right.
while I'll wake up on a Saturday or Sunday and go, fuck, I'm late for work.
dude.
Or I'll have
I've
that
done that
dream
before,
where I'm
too.
like not at work and I should be, and I'll wake up at 5 in the morning and be like, what the fuck?
Dude, I had this dream the other day that like my work changed my pay, and I got paid like it was like a third of what I normally get paid per paycheck. And like for like 2 days, I kept like thinking about it in my head, like waking up and like checking my Bank of America app and being like,
So what you're saying is they scaled your pay to match your size.
yeah, he's a third of the person that works here. Give him a
Yeah.
third of the money, yeah.
Josh, Jesus
Terrible,
Christ, Josh. What are you so mean for, Josh?
They pay Sam by the foot.
If I'm not busting your balls, that means I don't give a shit.
I see. Like you never like Billy the Kid. I never stole a horse from anyone I didn't like. Okay, cool.
Goddamn right, and I love
get
that
it.
son of a bitch.
That's a good deal. All right. Love it. All right,
What's up,
go.
Tech Chucker? Sweet.
Alright.
This week in
What's up,
Dios.
Tech Crusher, what's up, dude?
Yeah, man.
Next story. I don't
this
know.
week in dioramas.
Okay, for all the people who stick in the chat this late, man.
Thank you.
Shout out
Yeah,
to you.
really.
Y'all are
Thank you, guys.
troopers.
Yeah, y'all are awesome. All right.
Y'all are special.
So
Thank
what?
you.
Last but not least.
No, this ain't last but not least, man.
It's not yet. Goddamn, what else we got? Holy
we have
shit.
two.
Okay.
One of them we can get through short. The other one may end the show because we'll all fight.
Oh God, dude, we still.
It may be one of those.
No.
Yeah. Next story up is Amazon Prime announced that they will be doing a show with Richard Hammond from Top Gear and Tori Belleci from Mythbusters, and the premise of the show is they're going to strand them on a deserted island, and they're going to have to build shit and jury rig shit in order to make their life comfortable.
Dude, I'm all for this shit because
Yeah.
I love
Fucking
Hamster.
crazy.
Hamster is
That-
my man.
That shit is gonna be fun. When Nick was you were first telling us about this shit, I was like, "That's just gonna be ridiculous." Then I thought about it and I went, "That's the point of it, though. It's gonna be crazy to see how they adapt their skills
Yeah.
to do this." You know, so I just didn't get it at first.
And that's the thing. Like, if you ever watch, I know Josh hasn't watched Top Gear, but if you ever watch Top Gear, Hamster is probably the most resourceful of all of them, and he is funny as shit.
Yeah.
I just like him because like he's like Sam. He seems pocket sized, and I could just like.
Well, he is.
I can walk him. And...
Just don't let him in a drag car.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? That fucker tries to kill himself every 5 years in a car.
Yes, he does.
Damn.
And they gave him a helicopter license.
Oh, Jesus Christ! He's gonna kill himself and everybody else in London. All right, so I think I added that story in because I thought it was interesting.
Well,
besides
it
being-
sounds fun. I mean, I'm definitely gonna check it out because it sounds interesting. So
I'm indifferent, but I'll probably check it out when it drops.
Yeah, like, go ahead.
And I may end up liking it. I don't know. I'm a person that I'll give things a chance that I'm not familiar with. You know.
Yeah. I kind of think this is a peanut butter and jelly situation, because I think that the fandoms of Top Gear and the fandoms of Mythbusters are they have some commonality. So I think that,
Oh yeah,
I think this could be a big thing.
Same type of dudes.
Yeah.
Man, I never had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in my life until I was 23 years old.
Shut the fuck
Fuck.
up, dude.
I'm serious.
That's funny
I
because I
never-
had one every day until I was 23.
I never tried jelly because the sight of it grossed me out. I didn't want to try jelly, man. I was like, oh, God,
No
no.
way, man. No way.
I swear on my left leg. I swear on my entire whole leg.
Is that the one you still have?
Yeah, the left one.
Damn, dude.
But no, like me and some friends, we went to dinner and they took me to a Cracker Barrel of all places, and they had the biscuits. They're like,
dude, what the fuck are you doing? What was that? The Cracker Barrel of all places.
Cracker Barrel of all places.
You're hurting Russ. Yeah, you're hurting Russ's feelings, man.
I don't really care for them.
They've got the cool store where you can buy a bunch of junk. It's great, dude.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I'm not knocking what you like or anything. Nick, you okay over there? Yep. Look at him. He just hit that vape pen off cam. But yeah. We were having dinner and I was, had biscuits of whatever meal I had, and my roommate was like, "Man, put you some jelly on that dry thing." I was like, "I don't know, man. I've never tried jelly before." He's like, "For real? You've never tried jelly before?" I was like, "No." So I tried it. I was like, "Fuck, man, this is good shit." I was like, "No wonder my brother always ate peanut butter and jelly sandwiches as a kid." And the next day, I went and I bought a jar of jelly and went home and fucking made my very first peanut butter and jelly sandwich at the age of 23. And it's like,
wow, dude.
Fucking hell, this
life changing.
It was life changing.
Good, man.
I had one of those when I got home from work tonight.
Dude, you put some spicy nacho Doritos on that mug, dude.
No, I'm not gonna be like Pinkerton, and put the cinnamon raisin toast and the jelly and the peanut butter and the pickle on there or whatever it is that he does.
I don't know about the pickle, but the fucking Thomas toasting bread, the fucking cinnamon raisin.
Oh yeah.
Hey, do you ever when we were kids, make that toast with the cinnamon and butter and sugar on it?
Yeah, dude. I have a whole Tupperware full of I have a whole Tupperware of cinnamon sugar, bro. Leave
dude,
that
now,
shit.
It's
Josh,
so good, man.
You got to step up your game now. You need to go get a peanut butter, banana, and honey sandwich.
Fuck you.
Oh,
I hate bananas.
You hate fine.
Jesus Christ.
Peanut butter, crunchy peanut butter, and marshmallow fluff.
All right,
I don't like.
We're gonna have a poll as to whether we keep Josh on the fucking show or not. Fucking hating bananas, allergic to eggs.
Bananas are one food that I
Josh literally just Josh just barely survives breakfast time, basically, man. Because in this house, it's you either get eggs or you get bananas.
Dude, let me tell you a story. My little brother, he knows how much I hate bananas, and when we were kids, he snuck up behind me and shoved a banana in my mouth. And I was just like, oh, God. And he was just laughing his ass off like Sam is right now. He thought it was the funniest thing.
Yeah, are you sure it was a banana?
My little brother, it was a banana. My little brother, though, he was the size of Sam. He was 5'3". And, so I grabbed a banana. I tackled him. I pinned him down, was sitting on his chest and stomach, and pinned down his shoulders with my knees. And I peeled this banana. And then I peeled this banana into 3 different pieces. And I shoved one piece in his left ear, one piece in his right ear, grounded that shit up real good, and then the other piece right up both of his fucking nostrils. I was like, if you ever touch me with a fucking banana again, you son of a bitch.
It sounds like a dirty movie, dude. What the fuck are you doing, man?
That's definitely
2 boys, 1 nanner.
Yeah.
2 boys, 1 banana. Food torture porn.
He said he walked up behind me and shoved his banana in my what?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Anyway, sorry. I don't know how we got fucking derailed into the food talk. My bad.
Yeah. Sorry, Nick. What's up, man?
Because I mentioned the fandoms of Top Gear and the other fucking show.
You said it was like peanut butter and jelly. My bad.
Butter and jelly. So that set you off on your tangent.
There's a tangent. Right.
It happens, man. One of us is always going to go off on a tangent.
Oh, dude, this show is a 2.5 to 3 hours tangent, anyways.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, we can probably cover the next little bit in the next 10, 15 minutes.
I know, Eric. I love Eric's right. Eric said he loves Cracker Barrel too. I do too.
I like Cracker Barrel too, man.
Peanut butter, nanner, maple syrup, or honey. That is my jam. Rob Milton
I'll
in
go
the
to
chat.
Cracker Barrel for like like brunch or lunch or
Yeah.
breakfast or
That's
lunch.
just
My
because
bad.
Eric was asking if it was good.
Mm,
They don't have beer or anything there, so
yeah. Shit.
Neither does your work cafeteria, but you still show up there.
they make me, dude. They pay me to go there.
All right, valid point.
Sam fucking carries Nux into the fucking cafeteria in case he's got to break up a fucking fight.
Dude, I
At least give,
I ate a lunch.
at least give him a
I can't
fucking
wait,
fighting
man.
chance. And these kids are big.
No, they're all soft, man.
Yeah, these are modern kids.
Dude, even the tough ones, that wrestle, man, they'll get their ass whooped, dude. They don't know.
Just start oil
And Sam
checking.
has no chill for
Sam
that
just
shit.
starts
No,
oil
dude.
checking kids in the fucking cafeteria. Lunch
I
is
can't
over,
beat up on real
motherfucker.
men, so y'all are my prey.
Dude,
Speaking of
I'm-
kids,
What's up?
Stanley's daughter.
yeah,
God, are you kidding me?
I don't know if she's delusional or what, but
Tough that shit,
Stanley's.
dude. She wants some attention, some money, dude.
Stanley.
where was she for the past, I don't know, decade plus?
Right.
She wasn't running her mouth then.
You know what?
Where was she when Stan's
Yeah.
manager was stealing his money?
Yeah.
Probably holding her hand out.
Wasn't there
Yeah.
something going around that she was part of that whole thing?
Mhm.
She probably
well,
was.
I
They
think some
only
people made the
reconciled right before
accusation.
he died.
Look, Josh. It's funny you say that, Josh, because that was exactly the first thing in my mind. Like, why are we just hearing from if all this has been going on? You're claiming they've been disrespecting your dad for years, and they've been treating him bad.
Okay.
Where the fuck have you been? You wait till after he died to start saying that shit.
Okay.
Really?
She actually said,
Okay. Before we get into this, let's explain to the people so they understand what the story is.
Yeah. It's good.
Alright.
Stanley's daughter, J.C. Lee, has stated that Marvel and Disney have done nothing but disrespect her father in his creations.
That's right.
and she further went to say they didn't even reach out to me when he passed away. Okay. Well, you were kind of on the outs with him for decades, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
here's the thing. Marvel had been paying him a pension of $1 million a year for decades. They always promoted his ventures, even when he was outside of Marvel.
Yep.
You know, he only had a cameo in every movie, and he loved doing them, and they loved having them in there.
Sure.
You know, he's gotten the love from Marvel.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what she's referring to, but
Yeah.
I don't either.
she is delusional, man.
That's
I
what-
think she just wants some cash.
Well,
That's what I thought.
Just a couple points to this. Even when Stan Lee did the Stan Lee Imagines DC shit, there were ads
Marvel
for it in
promoted
Marvel
it.
Comics.
Mhm.
Yep.
Also, like, I don't know what this fucking bitch is smoking. Unless her name is Kirby or Ditko, she needs to shut her fucking mouth.
I agree. You're right.
Right,
Oh, that's
right,
a good
dude.
point.
You know, they didn't. You know, Stan Lee. He sued. He didn't sue Marvel. POW Entertainment, the company that he was the figurehead of, sued Marvel because Marvel was fucking Marvel took care of Stan Lee. Now the Kirby family, any complaints that they have are completely legitimate up until the last couple of years because now they're starting to give credit and some money back to the Kirby family. Ditko, he just started getting credit. I don't know what they're doing for his family. I don't know if they're getting any monetary compensation. But
Yeah, I
fucking
know.
Stan Lee has always been fucking taken care of. He
I
was
agree.
named chairman.
Exactly.
He was named fucking chairman emeritus of Marvel. You know what that basically is? Dictator
Means
for
she's
life.
Pope for life.
That's Latin for big.
Yeah.
Big dick bandit.
I mean,
Pope for life. That's what he was.
and I didn't get the disrespect thing either, and how they haven't. I mean, look, dude, they've honored the shit out of him forever. That's why they put him in the movies all
Dude,
the time.
it's like I said,
They
he's literally
respect.
been in every movie.
I know, man. It's so obnoxious. Yeah, I think you're right, Josh. I think she wants some money. She had her hand out,
Yeah.
and they told her go fuck herself. I'll
I
bet
mean,
you that's what happened. And
Her
now
gums
she's
were
back on.
flapping, and TMZ walked by with a microphone.
Yup,
Yeah.
that's
And-
exactly what it was.
TMZ will put out any bullshit spewing out of somebody's
also-
fucking pie hole just for a fucking click.
And also, she decided to stick her fucking 2 cents in over the whole Sony Disney fiasco. That hopefully is not a fiasco anymore. We'll see. But
And
she's trying to get involved in that. It's like, look, bitch, shut up. Do not get involved in things you know nothing about.
The day she can tell me a good Spider-Man story or a better
Right.
Spider-Man story than either one of them, I will validate her opinion.
It'll kill you how fucking you always got kids that want to make something off their parents' successes.
I hate that shit, man.
Yeah, man.
It's ridiculous. Like I have members of my family that they expect when like their parents die, they should get this and get that. And I'm like, you haven't earned anything. Why should you get anything? Fuck you. Just stupid, man. I hate that, dude. I hate that.
Eric said it best. Why would they reach out to her? She's biased. We clearly see that.
Exactly. You're right. Good point.
She opens her mouth up, 9-10 months after the man passes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Where if all this stuff has been going on, where the fuck were you at when he was alive? Why were you defending him when he was alive? If this was happening, she's a fucking whatever.
Because that missing money, I think she was a part of it.
Yeah, like she, according to some of the stories that came out of the grand jury for Stan Lee's manager, she helped that dude get access to Stan. And so again, that's grand jury testimony, so you can't, I mean, you don't know if it's true or not. But that was reported, man, that she was part of the management company that fucked up, Stan. That fucking withdrew vials of his fucking blood.
Yes, it's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, I mean, this bitch needs to shut the fuck up.
Agreed, 100%. She's,
I don't respect anything she has to say. I don't respect her opinions on the matter because she has been silent. And I mean, if she had something adequate and legitimate to complain about, then I would listen.
Mm-hmm.
But she doesn't in this instance.
Normally I'm all for sticking it to the big company and everything, and I'm all for if they haven't been doing something right, stick it, nail them. Mm-hmm. But in this case, they were doing right by him. They really were. They did exactly.
Yeah.
I
think they took every opportunity they could to make Stan Lee. So it's like we watched Spider-Man: Homecoming in my class on like the last couple of days of school.
Yeah.
And whenever his cameo came up, all the kids in all my classes were like, "Oh, it's Stan Lee! It's Stan Lee!" It's like a bunch of middle school kids.
Right.
Why do they know who he is?
Exactly.
Because he is synonymous with the universe.
Exactly.
You can't have Marvel without Stan, and Stan
I guarantee you, all those kids' parents aren't comic book fans.
Yeah.
They know
him because of like how Marvel's made him known.
Yeah,
exactly.
Marvel took care of him. Like
I
said,
they did.
Yeah, like I said, unless her name is fucking Dicko or Kirby, shut the fuck up, bitch.
Yeah, it's not like
they
my words aren't that harsh, but
yeah,
I definitely don't respect anything she's saying.
I was gonna call her a very nasty word, but I changed my mind. I'm not gonna say it. Nah, it starts with a C. We're going to go with that, but I'm gonna let it go.
Unit.
I think that's one of the 2 words I can't say on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
we're not supposed to drop any. See you next Tuesdays.
Yeah, my wife despises that word, so I don't.
Really, Misty and I use it like 19 times a day.
Anna,
damn, really, dude.
Anna,
dude, that's like one of her favorite words. You can ask her, and she'll say it with a big grin on her face and a cheery voice.
I think Anna gets aggravated because she thinks like she feels it's like the go-to. She's like, you can't come up with anything better. That's what your go-to is.
And it's the thing, though. In Britain and Australia, it's used just as commonly as like, or something like that.
Oh, that's the term of endearment over there.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
You know, you walk
Put
up to
it.
your boy here. Oh, you bitch. Oh, you asshole.
Uh,
Over there, it's C.
You bitch.
Hey, you daft. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
You fucking. Yeah. All right, I'm running out of energy here, guys. That fucking Red Bull
Right.
only goes so far. Can you drink more
Yeah, what do
vodka
you-
than Red Bull?
Where do you want to
All
go
right.
on
So-
broadcasted?
You want to go
Yeah.
on broadcast now, or do you want to talk about the speculation briefly?
well,
Or
okay,
you wanna wait?
we can mention it real quick. I mean, speculation is that there's a possible deal in play, or
Okay.
not in play that's been worked out.
Yeah.
Okay,
Uh,
so
If you missed breaking the mold, they did touch on this for about 15 or 20 minutes Tuesday
Yeah,
night.
they did.
Great show. Go check it out. You know, along with the other shows on the
Realm?
Rebel Collectors YouTube
Yeah.
channel, is in Enter the Realm and Figure Banging, which hopefully will be back soon. Shout out to Ace. You know, his
Swimming around.
Yeah,
his
that
face
poor
and-
guy, man.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
But as all of you are probably aware by now, and if you've not, where have you been for the past 3 days?
Yeah.
Spider-Man's rights have been coming to dispute pretty much by Sony saying, "All right, Feige's not working on our pictures anymore. Spider-Man's out of the MCU," and Sony has been pointing the finger at Marvel. And the whole thing was the original deal. Feige would produce the Spider-Man films for Sony.
Yep.
They would have creative control. Sony would foot the bill. Marvel would have creative control, and they would get 5% of the first weekend take. That's it.
That's
Opening weekend take, 5%. So when the time came, and they said, "Yeah, we want to rework terms of our deal," somebody, sources say that Disney offered 50% of the production cost up front
right.
in return for 50% of the rewards. And Sony said, "Fuck you, no. We're not having that. We're not changing the way the deal's structured." Sony countered with several other lower offers, and Marvel and Disney said, "No, that doesn't work for us. Let's split it 50-50. Both of them need to pull their heads out of their asses, but I think Sony is more to blame here. But I think it's doing the fandom a huge disservice if they don't have a fucking deal.
Well, in truth, they're, I think Sony looked at it and said, "Oh, there's a lot more money on this table than we thought. We want a bigger chunk of the pie."
That's exactly it. They never made $1 billion Spider-Man movie before this summer.
Nope, they never did. That's true. Absolutely. Yep. So
But-
Sony is in uncharted waters with the financial gains that they.
And I think they're just getting a little greedy. And you've already got an established universe with Spider-Man in it. We don't want to lose him. A majority of us don't. Some
Yeah.
people don't care, but that's okay. They're
Yep.
wrong. I still love them, but they're wrong. But yeah, man, the word has been, though, the past few days that they're trying to get a deal hammered out before tomorrow's panel
Yeah.
at D23. So we might hear something. There was a rumor that said they have reached a deal.
Uh huh.
I don't know how.
it's been
I
reported
don't
by
know.
multiple sources now.
Yeah, but we don't know.
Been
And-
reported, but
and
still
it
nothing's
sounds
confirmed.
reasonable.
Right. We don't know how factual it is, but it has been reported by multiple sources.
And
that
what
it's-
the deal reported is it all deals with Tom Holland, Spider-Man, and Venom.
Right.
Tom Holland doing 3 movies for the MCU, 4 movies for Sony because they want to end this first trilogy and move on to a second trilogy of Tom Holland in college.
Mm-hmm.
That also deals with Iceman and Firestar,
Yes.
which they would get to use from Marvel because of the X-Men shit.
Right.
Which would be awesome. Spider-Man is an amazing friend on the big screen. Are we going to get a Mrs. Line? Come on. Make this deal happen just for Ms. Line.
Okay.
That'd be awesome.
And then Venom will be part of the MCU.
The
also.
MCU, which is
Yeah.
going to be that actually entices me a little bit because I like Venom a lot. So
Yeah.
I'm a little intrigued.
So I mean, it's and the thing would be, would Disney would put up 30% of the costs now and get 30% of the profit. And the plan for Spider-Man in the MCU would be to take a bigger role in the Avengers, and also to work, show his relationship with the Fantastic Four, and specifically Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, in order to help get the Fantastic Four started in the MCU.
That would actually be a really cool thing to have for the Fantastic Four, the first Fantastic Four movie, and have Spider-Man involved in it. That might be interesting.
I think all they need to do is cameo him as the Amazing Bagman.
Yeah, that'd be great. I just want them to work it out, and if they don't work it out tomorrow, that doesn't mean, if they don't work it out and announce something by tomorrow, that doesn't mean the deal's dead, because Spider-Man's not been planned for Phase 4 at all, so they have a good year to get a deal worked out. But I do know they've had contingency plans in case a deal didn't work out, but I would prefer them to work out a deal because it's been great. And I know a lot of people feel that way.
And the other thing is it would be a big get for D23 to do it. But at the same time, with everything being reported, if they do have a deal, and they don't, and they get it in paper, but they can't announce it, I mean, that doesn't mean the deal's dead either.
No.
It's true.
It's just a standstill. It's not like the end of the fucking world. It's not absolute. Nothing is absolute. Okay. So there's still a chance.
If you look at it like I do, basically, if they don't come to this deal, Disney's the one that loses. Not Sony.
They are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
I think Sony will lose in the end too. I think
Sony's gonna lose big time.
I think Sony could basically be like, okay, we've had Feige. We've learned how to make a Spider-Man movie from you people.
Yeah, but
we took Venom, and we made an 860 some odd million revenue movie.
Yeah, that's a good.
But they can't continue. That Sony doesn't do continuation well.
They don't have consistency on their side.
Right.
They don't, but this is what they could say to Disney. So again, this is all speculation. We don't know what's going on, but this is what's been reported by multiple news outlets.
See, I understand what you're saying, Nick. I honestly think both sides would lose a little, a bit. Both sides would be that, but you can't. I mean,
Sony doesn't lose anything.
But they would lose something, because here's the thing: Sony would never be able to make a Spider-Man movie good enough to make $1 billion. I'm sorry, I don't believe it. I don't believe they could. I have no faith in them, because I've seen what they do with Spider-Man. It's not worth it. They don't make $1 billion.
Just because they have a good example doesn't mean that they have access to directorial people that
doesn't mean they're going to do it.
I'll speak like, just for me, it's like I tried to see Spider-Man Far From Home in theaters with my son. The only reason that we didn't buy the tickets is because the projector was broken. So like we went to the theater, the projector was broken, we didn't get to see it. But if it wasn't attached to the MCU, I wouldn't have made that effort even.
Right, agreed.
And like that's me, and that's my like $60.
Okay.
But there's got to be a percentage of people that think in that same way.
Right, but how big is that percentage? Because we had this discussion last night between hardcore fans and casual fans, because your money when it comes to these nerd properties isn't from us, is not from the people on this show, it's not from the people listening to this show, it's the people that see, oh, Spider-Man.
Yep.
They see the branding. They see the branding of Spider-Man. They don't care about the MCU. They see Spider-Man, and that's what Sony's got.
That's a good point. But a lot of people, there's a huge ton of people that were watching Civil War, and then Spider-Man shows up out of nowhere, and they're like, oh wow, Spider-Man's in this. You know, I probably didn't even realize it. Oh my,
Dude,
wow.
my theater erupted.
Yeah.
Oh, so did mine.
So-
Yep. We've
so-
been just the same thing.
Okay, and here's another little thing. If this deal doesn't come through, and Sony keeps Spider-Man and doesn't involve him in the MCU, Sony got free advertising from all
Yeah.
3 of those fucking movies. That all did however much.
True.
With the,
I give
same,
you
with
that.
the actor that people like, that you people like,
I
as
do. I
fucking
like it.
Spider-Man.
What do you mean, you people?
You people.
Damn right.
You motherfucking people.
I do. I like him. I think he's
But
great.
that's
I'll
what I'm
admit it.
saying, dude.
I love him. I think he's the best on-screen Spider-Man we've ever
But I'm
had.
telling
And
you,
a lot of people share that opinion. And guess what? Sony
They're
will
right.
have him. Disney won't.
Yeah,
If
but I'm-
Holland has an out, and a
Yeah,
open
Holland does have
contract
an
for the
out.
He did
That's
unfollow
That's
Sony
just rumored, man.
on his
We don't
social
know.
media.
It's rumored, but I think that rumor comes from some truth, man. I guarantee you, there's a way for him to go out. If his agent is worth a fucking damn, he made sure that kid has a way to get out of that deal if he wants to.
Okay.
Not to
No
mention
way.
he's already got an in with the MCU, and they would be able to leverage him significantly because people love him as an actor.
But they wouldn't have the rights to use him.
Not necessarily as Spider-Man, but they can recast him into a different character as an actor. People will follow him.
Dude, that's what I was.
Dude,
wondering
my
about,
fucking
how
daughter
could-
has him on her cell phone.
What
That's
do you
her
mean?
background. She has Tom
I thought
Holland.
meant she had like his number.
No,
It was just like I
That's her
was
cell
wondering
phone
about that,
background.
like what could Marvel do? Like if they wanted to make a Spider-Man movie, just like never to actually say the word Spider-Man. You know,
You
Like
couldn't
in
use
the
it. You couldn't use the
They
costume.
couldn't use the costume. They couldn't use the powers. They couldn't.
yeah, but dude, it's like
Nothing that makes him recognizable.
What if they call it man?
I want to like, I want to like
That that falls under the Spider-Man trademark because Spider-Man was Man Spider in the comics and cartoons.
See,
Mhm.
what people
And
forget, it's not just-
another thing that everybody forgets is Sony put a cash injection into Marvel while they were going through their bankruptcy, and it was a pretty damn substantial amount for 80s and 90s money.
yeah, I know, but
that was
real.
pre-Disney, and Disney ain't looking at anything pre-Disney.
Nick, I know what you're saying, Nick, but they got they got that whole, they got possession of that Spider-Man. They got a hold of it for like a lot less than they should have. They did.
Yeah.
They should have paid way more for that, and they know they got a good deal. And I don't hate on Sony for that. They helped out a company that was in cash trouble.
Sony
Okay.
Sony put more cash injection into Marvel
I agree.
than Ike Perlman did when he owns it.
Totally agree. But
Well,
but they,
it's a fact.
but they
There's nothing
got-
to disagree with.
No, I know. What I'm saying is, but when you say that, they gave him a lot of money, yeah, they did, but they still didn't give him as much as they should have gotten for a Spider-Man.
Is that Sony's fault?
No, it's not. I know. I didn't say that.
I mean,
praised it.
when a
I
company's going bankrupt, I mean,
that
The,
happened.
the film rights for Spider-Man were sold in '85. It wasn't when they were going bankrupt.
no,
Who had it? Was
they
it
were
Columbia that
sold
had it?
originally to Canon Films, which was
supposed to make movies and
supposed to make movies and didn't.
and it never.
That's
it
when
never
the
got off the
rights
ground.
were sold in the 80s.
Yeah,
Sony
yeah,
didn't get the rights until the 90s.
That's true.
Yeah, that was '99. But
Didn't
the
Sony buy
rights,
Canon?
the movie right, yeah, they bought Canon, and it was Columbia Films that the rights
Columbia.
carried to.
Okay. Yeah.
In the after Canon was absorbed, and they've had the rights ever since '85.
And Columbia is like Sony's parent. Like
For $10 million, they got them.
No, because Canon was proposing a film with James Cameron directing and Leonardo DiCaprio starring back in the 90s.
Yep.
So Sony has not owned the rights to Spider-Man since the 80s.
No, the film rights have
Yeah.
been owned since the '80s. They were
By
originally
Canon.
purchased by Canon for $10 million in '85.
Right.
And then when Canon was absorbed, those rights were reverted to Columbia
Mhm.
because they bought Canon under the Columbia banner, which is owned by Sony.
Right.
You don't see pictures distributed under the Columbia banner anymore. They're just by Sony now.
Right.
By the way, another rumored part of this deal, by the way, is that if Sony is purchased by another company or anything like that, or and something like that goes down, that
Their headquarters
the rights to Spider-Man go back to Marvel.
At this
That's
point,
the
that's
rumor.
the only
That's alleged.
from what I've read, at this point, the only way they can get the rights back is if Sony is sold, if their
Right.
film division is sold to anyone.
Right.
You know,
They'll
the
get back.
rights would revert back.
Yeah. So, again, I don't know how true that. Again, all of this is speculation anyway. For a lot of this stuff, they haven't said anything about this deal yet. We don't even know if there really is a deal. So, I hope there is. I hope there is. But Nick, I understand what you're saying, though, Nick, and I agree with you partially. I just think you think that Sony's not going to take any damage from it, and you're wrong. They will take damage from it. They absolutely will. So this deal is no one-sided deal.
I didn't say that they wouldn't take damage. I'm saying I'm saying Sony has all the leverage.
Well, I think they do have a lot of the leverage, but the problem is I mean, it's theirs. Of course they do. Spider-Man is theirs. They have it. They have all the leverage. But I think right now, but Disney is also playing the PR game with them, and I think that's what's fucking them.
And did you see what Sony said today?
What did Sony say today?
Sony said that they were sorry that Kevin Feige wouldn't be working on the Spider-Man pictures anymore because he would be focusing on other projects that Sony doesn't own, namely the X-Men and Fantastic Four.
Yeah. Right. Well, that's because Feige works for Disney.
So basically, what that says is that, hey, Kevin Feige, the architect of the MCU, doesn't have time for Spider-Man. We do.
Nah, but see, they're coming in that way. Right? They're coming in late to the park. They're coming in late to the game. They should have said that days ago. They're late. Opinions have already been formed. They're out of their mind. People blame Sony more.
Opinions are opinions are only formed by people that aren't taking all the information, and because of the addiction to 24-hour news and
Disney
people's attention spans.
Disney beat them to the punch, though.
Right, but if you
they got it out first.
When you hit somebody first, you don't always win the fight.
No, you don't. But
that's the whole point of
in this
people
case,
being called a counter puncher. So
the PR game has been won already. It's already too late. They're done. People are not going to listen to what Sony says. They're blamed. They're blamed.
Here's the thing. Sony can put out whatever counter PR they want. Okay, and if Disney comes back and says anything, they can be like, "Fuck you. We're taking the rights."
Well, yeah, but I don't think
we now have this proven commodity that you have used and will no longer have access to.
Yeah, see, Disney doesn't have to say anything, though. They've already said it. It's already been done. They already let it out. They let it out.
Right. So the thing is Sony got the last word.
Yeah, but the last word came days late. It's like Sony said it too late. It's done. Sony is made to look like a greedy fucking company. Disney, if you're to believe what was leaked out, and Disney leaked it out, no buzz about it.
If it comes down to Sony or Disney and who's greedier.
Well, I'm not saying that Disney's not greedy. Come on, we know they are, but Disney's
Then what's
money.
Your point?
What I'm saying to you is Disney is making Sony look greedy. Disney's making Sony look greedier than them. They are. They're making them look. They think about what Disney says they offered. They said, we want to pay for half to make the movie. We go 50-50, and then we want a 50-50 split. And Sony said, no, fuck you.
Well,
and Disney's like, what? We've been doing all the fucking work.
The only official statement was the one from Sony concerning Feige. Disney hasn't said shit.
No, they haven't.
Everything else has been reported.
That's true, they haven't. It's been leaked. Things have been leaked.
Right.
You don't have to say nothing to let it out, dude. You know that. Come on. You know you don't have to say nothing.
But the thing is like, if you look back at this and look back at it logically and not emotionally, Sony
Yeah.
wins. No matter what happens, Sony wins.
Well, no matter what happens, if there's not
Well-
a deal in place, I think the fans lose.
That's who I. That's
I don't
it.
think.
Yeah.
I think Disney
I agree.
loses. I think Sony loses. I think the fans lose.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there's
I don't
So
think
they
Sony
need
wins.
they
I
need to come
disagree, but-
together and work out a fucking deal.
But
Yeah.
there is a completely different train of thought that Sony is standing up to the greedy Disney Corporation.
Yeah.
So
that's-
there
you
is
could say
so
that,
there
but-
is
but-
that narrative too, and that fucking
Or-
resonates with people.
Or you could say that Sony doesn't know how to make a movie, and Disney taught them how to make a movie, and now they're going, "Oh, thanks for teaching us. We're
And
going to go make a
that's
movie
part
now."
of their leverage, Russ.
Right. But the problem is, you can teach someone to do it, but if they're just stupid and can't do it, they can't do it. I don't think
Dude,
Sony
Marvel
can make
Marvel did not have shit to do with Venom.
Sam.
And it almost grossed $1 billion.
and they did really well. They did really well with Venom. I'm not
So
going to
they
put
can they
Venom
can
was
make a
good.
movie,
All right.
and
What's
there
the-
are other Sony properties that do gross.
I got
That's
a
true.
question. I got a question for Sam.
Uh,
Speaking on Russ's comment just now, you can teach somebody how to do it, but if they're stupid and can't do it, they can't do it. You're a teacher. What's your thoughts on that?
I think it's too late in the game for Sony to take it back and try to do something on their own. I think once Spider-Man's been into the MCU, there's no going back from there. And it's like Nick said, I mean, people are going to see Spider-Man, they're going to go see it, but I think at this point, if it's not Tom Holland, I don't know. If it's Tom Holland, people are going to see it, but like my money won't go to that. Just because of to me, if it's not in the MCU proper, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
No, I mean,
Okay.
as a teacher, you can keep teaching somebody something, but if they're
Oh
just
yeah.
But
capacity
but
to
so
ascertain and utilize the information,
but your point is moot because Sony did Venom.
no, I get you,
I
but
didn't-
Venom's
I didn't
not
see it.
Spider-Man,
Yeah.
and Venom isn't in the MCU. Venom was never part of the MCU.
That has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Totally.
there's a large chunk of fans out there that don't want to have anything to do with the Venom movie because it wasn't attached to Spider-Man.
That's
He did
true.
one of them. I
That's true.
refuse to watch it.
Like they
And
didn't
okay,
my money
okay,
anyway.
and
Man, like I voted with my wallet.
how did Venom do as opposed to fucking Homecoming?
It did.
It did okay,
Yeah,
but here's the thing.
they grossed
I
about
don't
they
fucking
grossed
care.
about the same. You
But-
don't care, but we're not the general public. We are a niche part of the public. You ask
I
Sam,
understand that.
you ask Sam that as a teacher, if he can teach somebody, but they're too stupid to learn how to do it. You know, if that's a thing. Well, how about this? How about we ask Sam, because he is a teacher and he probably has more interaction with the general public than the rest of us, right? Sam, how
I don't
many
know.
how many of those probably hundreds of kids that you interact with will go watch a Tom Holland Spider-Man movie and not give a shit that it has nothing to do with the MCU?
Hey, Nick. By the way, Nick, I got it made 200. Venom made 205.2 million globally. Where are
What?
you getting 800 from? That's what
No,
I'm reading right now. Venom only made $205.2 million dollars
So
globally.
while you guys are looking that up, like I will say that like, and it's like again, it's like I'm dealing with middle school kids. It's like they like Spider-Man because of Tom Holland. So I don't know if it's because of the MCU thing, but it's hard to speak on that because you can't say otherwise, right? You can't say that like they
No,
would
dude. Hold on one second. The domestic gross for Venom was 213. The worldwide
Dude,
gross is
it's-
856.
No, it says
I'm looking on Box Office
205.2
Mojo right now.
globally.
I'm on the page. The
says
domestic
domestic
domestic gross is
global
$213.
$856.
The foreign gross
Hang on a
was
minute.
642. The
I see.
worldwide gross for Venom is
Yeah.
$856 million.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Venom was not marketed as a comic book movie. It was marketed as a horror movie. It was released in October, traditional big time month for horror movies to be released.
Right.
It had no connections to Spider-Man, no mention of it at all, no mention of the MCU. A lot of people went because they thought they were just going to see a horror movie.
because
You
I
got a large genre of horror fans out there that'll go see anything fucking horror.
kind
I
of,
think that had to play at least maybe a 10% take in it.
it's like I will say just like again, like I'm around a lot of young kids. It's like no, I just didn't hear anyone talking about Venom. Not to say that like it didn't make money because like I can't discount that, but it's just like the buzz around the school or whatever. Like I feel like nobody was talking about Venom. I can speak to where I live and where I work, but I don't know. I don't think that like young kids
No, I found it.
these things, and like Josh, that's kind of to your point. It's like I don't think that, and maybe that was Sony's point, was like I don't think anyone associated that with Spider-Man.
And now
Does that
they
make
can
sense?
tie it in with Spider-Man, and
Yeah.
they can tie it in with Tom Holland.
Yeah, and I'm
Besides
like,
besides
give me
the fact
Tom Hardy
besides the
as
fact
Wolverine.
besides the fact that they're building their own universe, and Jared Leto is going to be coming out with Morbius. So if the point
Oh,
is
that's gonna suck.
in the point in, how do you know?
Because it's Jared Leto.
Yeah. See, this is the thing. Like you make statements like that, and there's no factual basis to it. It's just your opinion.
My opinion is he's a terrible actor. He should stick to making music. He's a little bit better at that.
But this is the thing that I'm saying. That Venom, the gross for Venom proves every single point I've made. And your argument about it being more of a horror movie and marketed that way, that speaks for Morbius. And then you tie both, and then you tie them into into the most popular. I will admit that I don't like him, but he is the most popular Spider-Man. And you add that in, and you have those three properties, and then you're developing a Kraven the Hunter movie, and you're trying to build a Sinister Six. Sony wins.
Yeah, I wouldn't go see any of it at this point.
And you're not the general public.
No, but my opinion is important to me.
Right. It is. Everybody's opinion is important to them. But what it is, man, is we, and like I keep trying to explain this, we are a niche part of the population.
No,
I'm not denying that at all. I'm not even disputing that. I'm just saying I think that both companies stand to make more money and reach a broader audience by working together than apart.
yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. You are completely right there.
Like
But
with that, I see how like Josh is saying that Sony will lose with that because just by sticking to what they're doing, they are limiting their audience. And it's like even if you can say it's by my $16, that they're limiting it by that. Right?
I don't know. The thing is, they're still. We don't know if and when there's going to be a deal announced. You know, I would love for them to confirm everything tomorrow. That would make me happy as a pig in shit.
Or at least we could settle it and know where.
Well, let me ask you, Nick. Nick, your claim to it, it sounded like you're trying to give Sony credit for being able to make a good movie by saying Venom grossed $856 million globally.
mm-hmm.
Okay, but Homecoming made 880 globally. Homecoming still outperformed it.
Yeah,
by
$20
million with
That's still $20 million more dollars than they
right
outperformed.
with Spider-Man, with the backing of Spider-Man and the
then,
MCU.
Okay, but now let's go fast forward.
Iron Man
How much did Far From Home make though? It
Far from
trounced Venom.
Okay, whoa. What do you consider trouncing? Because what did Far From Home?
Far From Home made over $1 billion, dude. It well over $1 billion.
Okay,
too. Not just $1 billion.
Okay,
And
it made what? How much?
Let's find out. Let me find out.
hold on, I'm pulling it up right now, and I'm gonna. Now, Spider-Man: Homecoming domestically versus Venom domestically. It outperformed it by over 120 million.
Right.
That was Homecoming.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Okay,
you look up.
So do you know how much Far From Home did?
I'm pulling it up right now.
I have it right here. Far From Home made 1.1 billion. So 1.1 billion is 300 million.
Okay, 300 million.
That's the budget.
That's 300
That's
million.
the budget of one movie.
It made 378 million domestic versus Spider-Man's Homecoming, 334 million domestic
Right. What did Venom do
versus
domestic?
213.
Yeah, it
That's
trounced Venom.
a massive
domestically.
fucking difference.
That's a huge bit difference.
Venom made 642 internationally, and Homecoming didn't make that internationally. It only made 545.
Okay.
And you're
Worldwide, foreign international box office for Homecoming 732.
but you guys are saying this Far From Home trounced Venom. It's $300 million.
That's a lot of money, Nick.
Is it really?
A lot of money.
Is it really? Though?
It is
about an average film.
It is when the percentage of the take is 10% higher for the Spider-Man movie in the domestic market. Yes, absolutely.
Do you really think they care about the domestic market?
Look
at
that's the market they care about.
I don't
really you think that's the market they care
Dude.
about? What market do they talk about with these movies?
Chinese market.
China market.
No. I get you. No. The China market's important, but I'm telling you, what a movie does domestically is number one, dude. You're crazy if you think it's not.
Okay.
What a movie does in America
counts. Why don't you think about?
Take a look. Why do they pay? Why does it? How come there are movies that make a lot of money overseas, but they make a big deal about how it didn't do very well domestically? That's a big deal. If it didn't do well in America, who gives a fuck?
Okay.
No, we care. We count.
Is Sony an American company?
Sony Films is.
I think Sony Films is based. Yeah, but I don't know about Sony as a whole. Sony's got its hands in so many pies. To say isn't an American, it's such a global company. It's global, dude. It's not. You can't say
it's a global company. Exactly. And
it's global.
66% of their money came from the foreign market.
I am telling you though, it sounds to me like you're trying to dismiss the how much a movie makes in America as being no big deal. I'm telling you, that's a big deal.
When you make double your money overseas, what do you care about more?
Look at the Solar movie. The Solar movie didn't do very well domestically compared to other Star Wars movies, but it made a lot of money globally. But it's considered a flop. Okay, for a Star Wars movie, it still made a lot of money, a lot of it globally, but because it didn't do as well domestically, they consider it a flop. It's not that good. It didn't do that great, which I think is insane. But but domestic counts more than
it made more money domestically than in the foreign market.
But it didn't make enough domestically. You don't understand. If it doesn't make enough domestically, it doesn't count. We count here. In America, it counts more than it does in China.
Okay. But what I'm telling you is Solo made 54% of their money in America.
Okay, that's great.
Okay.
But look at what they made in America compared to other Star Wars movies. What did other Star Wars movies do in America?
What one do you want me to
look up? A lot more than Solo.
Which one do you want me to look up?
I don't care, whichever one you want.
All right.
Look up
Last Jedi?
Force Awakens.
Force Awakens. Okay. Again, made more foreign.
Okay. Here's the thing.
I know it made more foreign, but I'm saying
here's something I just come across. Domestic studios take 50% of box office gross. The international average, they only get 40% of the gross. And the Chinese market gets 25% of the gross. Domestic makes film studios the most percentage of their money.
That's why it counts more.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Okay, that's good. So they make 50% domestically and 40% fucking
internationally, but they only get 25.
Okay,
but
in
China, they only get 25% of the take from China.
Okay,
Right.
The
so they only
biggest
make 20.
film market in the world, they only get 25% of the take.
So it
Okay,
doesn't mean shit.
what are you talking about? They make double the money domestically.
What? That's what I mean.
They
They make
excuse me.
more
Excuse,
domestically.
no, no, no,
than
no,
they
no, no, no,
do
no, no, no,
foreign.
no, they don't. They make 10%. I'm sorry. They make 10% more on what they gross domestically. Okay.
Not not compared to China. What do you mean? China? You just said 25%.
The standard rate is American made films. The studio gets 50% of the total box office take domestically.
Right.
All
But
right.
in China, they get,
International, including every nation but China, they
right.
get a 40% rate.
Okay, so that's a 10%
But when it
reduction.
comes a 10% reduction. But
Right.
from China, which makes up a huge part of the global market, they only get a 25% take. So you look at those numbers and you look at the numbers that those countries make the most money in. They need money. They need to have them do well in China because that's where a majority of the biggest percent of their overall money is. You know, they're losing it.
You guys are.
They're
making
only
my
getting
point
25% of that.
You guys are making my point for me. They make.
I think you're hearing what you want to hear, dude.
No, because you're not thinking about the math. Okay,
I'm absolutely thinking about the fucking math.
Well, listen. If I make double what I make if I make double in the foreign market what I make in the United States market, okay, I get 50% of what I make in the United States. I get 50% of half of what I'm making overseas. And I get, well, how about we just go ahead and say 35% as a nice round number? Does that sound about right?
No, because it's not a rounded number. It's three different rates.
I don't understand what you mean. Nick. Listen, if you make say a movie does 300 million domestically, okay? That means the studio gets 150 million, okay?
Okay.
But if they make 300 million in China, okay, they get what's 25% of 300 million? Real quick, 75 million. They get $75 million. You see, they get double what they make, double the money in America than off America box office take than they do in China. But so China is not. I mean, no, it's important. You
guys are concentrating on China, and you're not understanding. And you're not understanding.
I know the rest of the world is 40%. I get you, but that's still a 10% reduction. It's not as big a reduction, but it's still that's big. 10% is huge.
Did you know we were just talking about The Force Awakens? Did you know that it only made 124 million in China, and it made 163 in the United Kingdom?
Which is probably better that they did better in the United Kingdom.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And you guys aren't understanding is that,
no, I get that.
No, dude, because no, you don't. Because dude, all right, if I make $10, okay,
yes,
over doing one job,
right,
and I'm taxed 60% of that, okay, and then I make $5 over in America.
Right.
And I'm charged a 50% tax.
Right.
I make more money in the foreign market.
That's if you make more money in the foreign market.
And that's what I'm saying, Russ. You're not listening. All of these movies made more money in the foreign market than they do in America. So they make double in the foreign market.
I see what you're saying
in America. So
I get what you're saying.
So the percentage of what they get back, is more.
But China's, it is. You're right, but it's still it takes more to make them that. You know what I mean? Like it has to perform a lot better than domestically, a lot better.
But that's
so
what these
you can't
movies
depend
do.
on it to happen all the time.
That's
it's not
what
always
they
going to
do.
be like that.
It is. Look at them numbers.
It's not, but it's not always enough. You know what I'm saying? It has to perform a lot more to make it worth it. You're not.
Right, but what you're not understanding is that's the fact. They make double
Like,
the
think about-
gross overseas of what they
don't always,
make.
movies don't always make double what they make domestically overseas. They
I'm
don't
looking.
always do
I'm
that.
looking. I'm not saying they do, but I'm saying
You just
that
said they do.
no, I'm saying that the movies that we're actually talking about, that's
Okay.
the facts.
Okay.
They make double overseas what they do in America.
Okay.
So if I have $20 and I'm taxed 60% of $20,
The movie has to make double in order for you to make as much money.
Okay. Let me break something down. I've just been doing some math on the side here.
Mm-hmm.
Say I made a movie and it made $1 million,
okay,
and it made $300,000 in domestic box office.
Okay.
The rest of the box office was split $700,000.
mm-hmm.
Right?
Okay.
Of that $700,000, China took $50,000 of that,
Okay.
leaving the rest of the market $200,000. Now I get a percentage of each of these. Right? Now, if you look at it, China made the most money, $500,000, but I only get 25% of that. So I'm getting $125,000 of that $500,000.
Right.
Now, of the other $200,000 that was made in all the other nations internationally, of that $200,000, I get a 40% take.
Right.
Which means I'm getting another $80,000. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So the $300,000 that I get a 50% take of, I'm getting $150,000. So I'm getting my biggest percentage from the domestic box office. Yes, there may be, a bigger chunk from overseas, but that's not always going to be the case because a movie may not perform as well overseas as it does domestically.
Now, most of the movies we're talking about here,
But-
you're right, Nick, do well. They do really well overseas. That's what
They
you're saying.
make double the money of what they do
Yeah.
overseas. So it's a simple math problem.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and breaking it down like this, the domestic market is the most important piece of the pie because that is the biggest percentage.
But I do what you're saying. I see.
They make
I understand what you're saying, Nick. But I think I misunderstood you. I thought you were dismissing the American. I felt like you were dismissing domestic. You're not dismissing domestic. What you're saying is global counts too. Is what you're saying.
It does
counts a
count,
lot.
but the domestic
I get it.
is the most important part of the number, though.
Mhm.
How well it does domestically is always a studio's number one priority.
It is.
Yes, they want it to do great in China as well, but it could tank internationally.
And it can still make a lot of money.
It
off
can
of
still make a shitload of money domestically, and that's the most important number for a U.S. produced film. And I'm sure that's the same with any films that are produced in China, how well it does in their box office versus anybody else's.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but you guys aren't seeing it's a simple math problem with percentages.
No,
I just broke down some simple math for you and gave you percentages.
I get what you're saying, Nick. What you're saying, you're right. A movie. Typically, these movies perform better overseas, which means they still make a decent amount of money overseas. But what I'm telling you is domestic counts more because they can make less domestically and still make more money than they make overseas, even though it made more overseas.
Yeah,
that's what I'm telling you.
Can.
They can still make more money off of it because they get 50% versus 40% or 25%. That's a huge deal. That's a lot.
It is. But what I'm saying is that they make more money overseas than they do in America.
But that's not the most important number, is what we are saying.
How is it not?
If a movie makes $300 million in America domestically, and a movie makes like $500 million overseas, okay,
that's not the equivalency we're working.
Well, I'm just throwing out random numbers.
No, you can't.
What do you
can't do? You can't
well,
do
what,
that.
What numbers are you talking about?
You can't do that. If you're talking about a movie making $300 million in America, then what you have to do is say that it made 600 because of the numbers that we're talking about. Because Far From Home made twice as much overseas as it did domestically.
Okay. But how overseas, does that count China too?
Yes.
Okay. So what we do is find out how much it made in China, because that's a whole 25. That's 15% less.
Right, and that's why I was rounding it to 35% for
so you can't do that either because that fucks with skews the number too.
No, it
So you
doesn't.
have to. It totally does. You can't.
No, dude, I'm looking at the numbers. Okay,
All right.
that's what I'm saying. These movies are making twice as much money overseas as they are in America. Okay, so
Okay.
so the way you have to look at it is a tax percentage. Okay, because
Uh-huh.
if I'm making this money in America, I
Yep.
make $300 million.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I lose 50% of that right away.
You make 150 million.
I
off
make
of that
150 million. I make 150
Yep.
million. Okay.
Yep.
Now I've made 600 million
Okay.
overseas.
Right.
I get 35% of that back.
Okay. What's 35% of 600 million?
I don't have a calculator up.
I mean, I'm sure. I know 25% of 600 million would be
125 million.
35% of 600 million is 30.
Well, 25% in China, so it'd be 125 million.
No.
You is 600 million in China? Is that what you said?
No.
No. I'm
We're
going by his
talking about the
35%
total.
thing.
See, that's the thing. We're talking about the entire foreign market.
Right. Yeah.
You have to separate China from the other nations, though, because the other nations pay out a higher percentage than China does.
Okay.
You can't average it at 35%.
Okay, yeah. I understand what you're saying there. I'm trying to work with round numbers here,
Yeah.
so that you guys can understand what I'm saying, but you're not getting the point. Okay, because China, just looking at these films, China, you asked me to look up The Force Awakens, right? So in China, it made $124 million.
Okay.
That's what Spider-Man Far From Home made.
No,
That's Force Awakens.
He asked me,
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter the movie, okay? What I'm looking at is the numbers here. Okay, it made 124 million in China, okay? It made 111 million in Germany. It made 97 million in Japan. Okay? Then we're looking at the United Kingdom where it made 163 million. Okay? The China percentage, I understand what you're saying about that being only 25%. But the rest of the China's percentage of the global market is about 10%. So that's why I was saying you take the entire foreign gross and get 35% off of it.
So so get this. So let's say a movie made $1 billion overall.
Okay.
And I'm gonna count China and the rest of the foreign market as one, and we're gonna say 35%. Okay.
Right.
But let's say it made 300 million domestically and 600 million worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. It'll make 210 million off of that 600 million for the rest of the world, versus half of that it made domestically. It makes 150 million. True, you're right. But look how much more a movie has to perform overseas to make more than it has to do double.
Okay.
They don't. It's like the math doesn't add up. You know what I mean? It doesn't. It's still. They still make better percentage in America, hands down.
They make a better percentage. They make a better percentage, but more money goes in their pocket from the foreign market.
More money goes in their pocket, but the movie has to perform extraordinary.
That's what we're talking about. And it
doesn't. But they don't get double the money that they get in America. It'll double it, but it won't make double the money. You see what I'm saying? So
no,
it's still
but it does make a significant. It does make a significant percentage more money off the
10% more is what it makes.
That's
they make 10% more off of double what they did globally.
Okay,
they make 10% more. So it's not bang for the buck at all. That's why I think the domestic market it counts. It will always count more, always, no matter what. And I agree with what you're saying. You'll make a little bit more money. You will, but you'll make 10% more. Like maybe that's not 10 or 15% more off of double the amount. That's insane, dude. If you were an investor and you went off those numbers, you'd be fired. They'd fire you. They'd be like, "What are you doing?" because you've got to show good return off of that, and that's not good return.
Right, but the movie business works in a total gross. If
Well, it does, but
and that's what I'm saying. Like,
it does work in a total gross. I understand what you're saying, but I'm telling you that and you know this, the domestic market will always count more because they make more on it always. And they make more, and I know what you're saying. They make more because of the percentage.
They make a better. They don't make
They
more.
make a better. Okay, I won't say they make more.
They make a better
They
percent. They make a
They make a better percentage. That's what I'm saying.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
what I've been saying this
I'll give you that.
entire time. They make a better
I'll give you that.
percentage. They make a better percentage, but they
Right.
make a better
But do you understand?
total amount of money in the
Do you
foreign
understand
market.
though? In order for them to make more money, internationally than domestic, a movie has to more than really double.
And
at
that's
least
the
double what it
track record
does.
of these movies. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
That's true. I mean, I guess I get also all these movies do that.
Yes, looking at the movies that you
Mhm.
asked me to
Yeah.
look at, that is the track record of these movies. They make double the
That's it.
money in the foreign markets that they
Mhm.
do in the domestic market. So they are always going to make more of a chunk of money in the foreign market, but
Right.
they
less
but they will,
percentage, but more money.
right. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
That's what you're saying. So, like I say, it has to perform double for them to make more money.
And they can
they have to- right.
basically guarantee that. Because
I don't
that's
think
what
Sony. I don't think Sony can guarantee that. I don't think Sony can guarantee that at all. You're see now you're trying to give Sony credit for Disney's work. I disagree, dude. I don't think Sony can guarantee that.
All right, so I just broke down the numbers based
Okay.
on Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Yeah.
What it did overseas and the percentage. So it made the 1.1 billion.
Okay.
Of that, 378 million and change was domestic.
Okay.
201 million was China.
Okay.
The other 531.883 million was made in all the other international markets.
Okay.
40% of that's 212,753,225. $212,753,000.
Mhm.
The U.S. market take was 189 million. China's take was 50 million.
Yeah.
Now,
so he's right. Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
the biggest chunk of the percentage did come from the U.S. domestic market. You take out, and it didn't. The global take wasn't that much more of a tremendous number. It was, let's see, 272, about 90 million more. So almost 100 million, which wasn't even the budget of the fucking movie.
Right.
So,
But what was the budget of the movie?
the budget of the movie, I think, was 175 million, 160 million, 160 million. So the profit percentage globally versus domestically, it wasn't even separated by the movie budget. So it's not if it outstrips the movie budget, yeah, that's pretty significant. It's still a good chunk of change. It's $90 million, yeah, but that doesn't diminish the importance of the domestic box office. Is the argument that I've been trying to make. They still look at domestic first and foremost.
I haven't been making that argument. It's a
Yeah,
straw man.
I told you I misunderstood what you were saying.
It's a
I
straw
thought you
man
were
argument.
saying that.
They make more money
Yeah. Mhm.
on these movies in the foreign markets than they do in America.
They do, but
fact.
stop for a minute. When you say that, you drive me crazy. Because when you say that, you're not explaining it. You're making it sound like they make more foreign than they do domestic. But there's a caveat. No, there's a caveat to it. Only if the movie does like double what it does in America. That's the only way to make more.
That's
right. It has to, but it doesn't. But there's no guarantee that's going to happen. There's
not a guarantee, Russ. But you can look at the track record of these movies, and you can trend them.
You're the kind of person that can make something seem like without explaining the whole story. Sure, you can do it. I know you can make it sound great. it does sound great. You're always going to make more money off the foreign numbers. But it's but you have to do more than double, at least double, or more than double overseas in America to make more money. And you don't make much more money, not very much more.
But that's what I'm saying. You guys are arguing pennies with me. And
pennies count.
Oh my God. The point is that these movies make more money in the foreign market than they do in the American market.
They do, but they have to perform double what the American market
and that's what they do.
Not always. That's the thing.
The movies that you guys have asked me to look at. The movies that you guys have asked me to look at.
I didn't ask you to look at anything else. I'm just saying in general.
Russ did. Russ asked me to look at both Spider-Man.
In general, what I'm speaking on is that a box office, a movie studio's primary importance is the domestic gross, not the global. Because of the exact reason that it has to perform well domestically, because it may not perform well in a foreign market. If it doesn't perform well in a foreign market, as long as it outstrips the fucking budget of the movie, is a success. Domestic take is always the most important take, no matter what. Dude, you can disagree with me all fucking day, but it's a goddamn fact.
No,
I've looked it up. I've been crunching the fucking numbers.
Right.
It is.
It's not a fact, dude. They make more money from the foreign market than they do in America.
Not every movie did.
But we're talking about a specific group of movies.
I'm just talking movies in general. I'm not talking a specific group.
Then you're making a completely different argument than Russ, and I'm having to argue two completely different points that are completely off in two separate directions.
No, because it comes down to domestic market is the most important number when it comes to any film studio that's a U.S. made film.
That doesn't make sense, because if I make more money in New York than I do in Connecticut, I make more money in New York, and I've made that money. It's in my pocket.
But it's all domestic. How'd you do in San Juan? How'd you do in fucking?
See that shit is right there is stupid, because if you're talking that, here we go. I make 200 in America. I make 300 in the rest of the world, right? Mm-hmm. I made more money in the domestic market.
But you get a larger percentage of the take in the domestic market.
Why do
Not
I care?
The international.
I don't care. I don't care about percentages. I care about what I'm bringing in to show my investors.
Shareholders and CEOs care more about percentages than the global take.
They do.
That doesn't make any sense.
It totally
well,
makes
that's
sense,
why
though.
none of us are fucking CEOs either, and we're doing a podcast at midnight on a Friday night.
Nick, think about this, Nick. A movie should make more money around the rest of the world than it does in America.
Right.
Look at how much more population is out there as in the rest of the world compared to the United States.
Right.
And I say how much. So think about that. A movie should always make more money overseas. It should. It absolutely should.
But they don't always.
They don't always, but it should, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it has to do. Think about what it has to do in order to beat what they make on domestic. It has to literally double what they do.
In these movies that you have asked me to look at,
and they do. They do really well worldwide.
Double and more, because domestically, Spider-Man: Far From Home only made 34% of its gross in America.
Yeah, but it took a bigger piece of the pie of that 34% home than it did the other 66%.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
I see what you're saying.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question, Josh. Would you rather have 50% of 34% or 40% of 60? Or 35% of 66? Sorry.
Well, like I said, you can't call it a flat 35.
I get what
Why
you're saying.
Why can't you call it a flat 35? If you look at the numbers, that's what it equates to.
No, it doesn't.
Yes.
Because you're only getting, China took in 201. You're only getting 50 from China. The rest of the international market took in 531. You're getting 212. You're getting triple the amount from the rest of the international market than you're getting over triple. You're getting 4 times the amount from the rest of the international market than you're getting from China.
Uh-huh.
Okay. That doesn't make 35%.
Okay, so you're saying this percentage should be more, around 40?
The percentage of that 212 portion is 40.
Okay, that's what I'm. And you just killed your own argument.
No, I fucking didn't.
Yes, you did, because I was giving you.
You're fucking high.
No, dude, you don't understand math.
Okay, what the fuck ever.
It's straight up, dude. It's straight up math. I don't understand.
What the fuck ever. You're completely off base here.
No, you just don't understand at all what is going on here. I'm saying that you make more money with these movies because they double what they do domestically foreign.
You're right.
In the foreign
market. I'm not making that argument. I'm not arguing that.
That's
argument.
true. I mean, that is true.
How many different arguments do I have to make? Because Russ was arguing with me that, you know, they don't make as much money overseas as they do in America. So, and what you're arguing is that they make a better percentage in America. And yes, that is true. They make a better percentage in America, but they make
they
make more money from the
Not
foreign.
Every movie does.
We're talking only about a certain group of movies.
I'm talking about movies in general. Like I said, okay, look. John Wick 3, for example. That was a major hit this summer, was it not?
How much did it make?
It made 321 worldwide, but it's still in one of the top 10 grossing movies of the summer.
Okay.
It's like number 7, right?
So you're talking about a movie that has made. I'm sorry, you said 300. So you're talking about a movie that's made a third of what we're talking about.
Yeah, but that's the point I'm making. The domestic take is the most important because the global take is not always going to outstrip the domestic take. John Wick 3 is a perfect example of that.
Okay.
It made 53% of the domestic gross was, 53%. Foreign market 46%. They're getting a larger share from the domestic market.
Josh, what you're doing right here is you're making a completely different argument.
But the same argument applies to all movies.
We're not talking about John Wick. We're talking about Spider-Man: Homecoming, Spider-Man: Far From Home, and The Force Awakens.
Listen, I concede to you, okay, that you are right. They're gonna make more money. Well, they should. If it does the amount it does globally compared to domestically, you're right. They're going to make more money. I guess what I'm telling you though is they have to work so much more harder to make that money. You know what I mean? That money has to be that takes so much more to of sales. They have to sell so many more tickets, so many more to make that money to make more money than what they do here in the United States. They have to double what they do in the United States. So that's a big deal. I understand what you're saying. That's a big deal there, Nick. Huge deal.
It is, but
huge deal.
With these Spider-Man movies, these franchises, you can count on that number unless it's something like Solo.
It's like the Transformers movies. The Transformers movies were the same way. They did really good overseas. Transformers movies in China, especially the ones that filmed in China. What was the one?
Age of Extinction.
Age of Extinction. Holy shit, that movie made a lot of money overseas. And you're totally right. But it had to really bust its ass to make a ton overseas versus what it made in America. It's really crazy.
But when we keep talking about these different movies, we're completely moving off the argument that we were having.
Actually, that's not true. The Transformers movie is completely on the argument. It goes with exactly what you're talking about. It makes more, way more, worldwide than it does domestically. But when just like your Spider-Man movies, they do the same thing.
Right.
They make more worldwide than they do domestically. Of course they do.
And to break it down the easiest way, even with Age of Extinction, okay?
Yeah.
That
made over $1 billion, by the way, too.
Right. Would you rather have 50% of $245 million or
Right.
would you rather have 35% of 858?
The fact is, you obviously going to say the latter. I mean, you're obviously going to say the latter. But the fact is, the studio looks at it as we want all of it, right? They want it all,
Right.
but they want but this money in America way easier to make than that.
It is easier to make, but
Way
with these
easier.
But the thing is when you invest, you look into the future, and how do you look into the future? You look into the past to see what these movies do.
I disagree. This is where I disagree with you. You're looking into a future without Disney. Disagree, 100%. It will affect that movie's performance. It will.
Not.
I'm telling you,
It will.
It
Not.
will.
It won't.
You're crazy.
It won't.
You think that people are going to go? Sam already told you there's a percentage of people out there like Sam that are not going to go see a Spider-Man movie if he's not part of the MCU. They won't go see it.
Right, but how much? But how much of a percentage of the people is that?
Hold on.
You have to.
I guarantee you, it's probably a healthier percent, more of a healthier percent than you think. Then I bet there's more than you think. You probably think what 1%?
No.
I'll bet you
No. I'm thinking maybe about 20%, 1/5.
Well, you
not
think
half.
More than I thought maybe 10%. But
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, dude.
But there's other reasons that people might not go see the movie too. People might say, "Well, geez, not only is it not in the MCU, but also it's not made by Disney. If Feige is not having nothing to do with it, I'm not going to go see that."
I understand what you're saying,
Mm-hmm.
but what I'm saying is 80%. Are you going to cater to 10%? Okay, we'll just use 20, just because that's the number I threw out, and it's higher than what you estimated. Yourself, right.
Well, for Sam's reasoning, I mean, there's more reasonings to go with though from this difference. There's more like they could lose about a third of the people, I think, that will go see this movie if it was part of the MCU and everything was okay versus it going to Sony. I think a third of people that would go see it might not go see it because of that. So that's a third of the money you're missing out on right there.
Well,
especially if it's domestic.
You're saying that you think 33% of the total audience,
possibly, yeah, that's a possibility.
Okay. And what I'm saying is that even in this community, it's probably only about 50% that won't go see it. Okay, and then with this community, we've said that's 20%. Okay.
Wow.
Of the movie,
yes. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how many people.
But we're estimating.
You're right. I guess you could say that. Yeah.
But we're estimating. And,
right.
And what I'm saying is when you guys brought up the studio execs, right?
Right.
So, and we were talking about investing. The way that you invest is to look at the past performance of something to gauge its future performance.
So then you should look at the past Spider-Man movies that were made by Sony all by themselves. That's what you should look at.
No.
Absolutely.
No.
That's what was done by Sony.
Because it's easy, Russ. Because because they already have those MCU movies that everybody's already seen.
Right? They've already made money on those.
Right. So they've already got all of that advertising, okay?
Oh, you're saying advertising. Right. Advertising that their movie is not part of that anymore. You're right.
No, that's not true. It, dude.
That's totally it.
No, it's not.
Dude, you're telling me that they have the advertiser from the MCU from the Spider-Man movies that are
they
in
don't
the MCU.
have to. They don't have to. It's already there.
Okay, they have it to also you listen. You can't have it just one way. It goes both ways. Yeah, they'll say, oh, yeah, those are great Spider-Man movies, not made by Sony, made by Disney. Okay, that's number one. Number two, these are ones that are part of the MCU. Sony's not part of that anymore. Now Spider-Man's not part of the MCU anymore because Sony took it back. So now it's all Sony by itself. So now that's not the same Spider-Man. It's not the same Spider-Man.
Okay. And I'm saying that people will still, if Sony has Tom Holland, they will still go see those movies.
We'll see. We may get our chance to see. Because if this deal isn't done,
and that's the point.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that if Spider-Man is not in the MCU, Sony will take a minimal hit. And that's
think
what
so,
all
yeah.
this.
See,
And that's what
I
all of this
disagree.
is gone.
You're right.
Russ,
I
you
think Sony
agreed
will
with
take a
you
major hit.
agreed with the numbers. Your emotions
No,
aren't facts.
no, I
Numbers
know that,
are.
and yours aren't either. Listen, I think
I'm not
you
going
will take
off
a.
emotion. I'm
I'm
going
not
off
either. I'm
numbers
going
and
off fact.
fact.
I'm going off speculation is what I'm going off of, just
Okay,
like you are. We're both going
right.
off speculation. Yeah, what fact are you going off of? I don't understand what you're going. You're trying to go off of a fact that you can't count. You can't say that Sony can depend on making a Spider-Man movie and it's going to perform like the ones in the MC that the ones that Disney made for them. You can't say that.
I'm saying
You
that
can't.
it's absolutely, Russ, because you've agreed.
No
with
way,
dude. You keep saying that, but you don't
You're
listen.
crazy.
You don't listen. This is what I'm saying.
Uh-huh.
We have said that, and you said this when we were talking, that 20% of the hardcores, right? That's the market.
I think
the market is the market.
They would lose people to go see the movie. That's what I said.
Right, and then we started talking numbers. Okay,
Right.
and,
Which we're all pulling out of our ass. Go ahead.
Right, but they work.
Okay, what I'm telling you though is now let's take a look at it objectively. Like you said, I'm going to be unemotional about this.
Okay.
You're trying to tell me that Sony is going to make a movie, a Spider-Man movie, that is going to be received, okay, by just them making it. And now the public knows, by the way, that they're not made that Disney won't be involved. Let's say it goes down that way, okay? We know Disney won't be involved, and the public knows this. You're telling me that Sony's going to make a movie, a Spider-Man movie, even with Tom Holland in it. That's going to make people have faith in Sony. By the way, that's what you're assuming.
No,
they have faith
I'm not
in Sony.
I'm not assuming.
Okay, then you think they have faith in Sony.
I do
You're not
not think that they have faith in Sony.
Okay. What I'm telling you is you can't use the performance of the Spider-Man movies that have been in the MCU to predict the future of a Spider-Man movie outside of the MCU.
Yes, you can.
You can't do it. No, you can't. How can you? It makes a difference, Nick. It makes a difference.
Right.
It's huge.
Yes, but we've got to end this. It's 12:30 in the morning. but the point is, I'll let you speak to this after. But you agreed, and you actually said it was a lower percentage of hardcores, right?
I don't know. I'm guessing. I'm trying not to overdo it. I'd rather underdo it than overdo it. That's
okay. Right. Well,
I don't know.
See, I was giving you more than what you were asking for.
But I don't know. You can say
how
we could pull movie numbers out of our ass, but I'm telling you for a fact. I know me. I can go out there. I'll go by what I know. My own decision. My own choice. I would not think a Sony Spider-Man movie, will be as good as what has been made.
Okay, just real quick to end this argument. Was Far From Home a good Spider-Man movie?
I loved Far From Home.
Yep, it's a Sony Spider-Man movie.
It's not a Sony Spider-Man movie.
It
Far
is.
From Home was made by Disney.
Oh, I'm sorry, not Far From Home. Edge of Spider-Verse.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet.
Okay,
but now we're talking animated now. Sony does animated well.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying.
It's a different studio than what does their live action shit, though. That's the thing.
The thing that I'm saying is you guys are really hooked on this Sony thing, okay? And I'm saying that it matters to a percentage of people that is negligible in the money that they would make.
Okay. Let's say out of 1.1 billion, they might lose $300 million.
Okay.
That's pretty big money. That's a third.
Right.
Of what they would make, of what they would lose.
It's a third.
What did the first the first 5 Spider-Man movies make that they made by themselves? But didn't they do pretty well too?
They did do pretty well.
It did okay, right?
But Russ, what you're not taking into account here is people's investment in Tom Holland as Spider-Man. Okay,
that's true.
That's what I'm saying. Is that people will pay more attention to Tom Holland as Spider-Man than they will the MCU not producing the movie. So I'm saying
gamble.
I don't think so.
I don't know. You might be right because Tom Holland's good, and I give the kid credit. I think he was a really good Spider-Man. But I just think there's a lot of people that are committed to Spider-Man being part of the MCU. I mean, that's a big deal for a lot of people, And I think that, but then you got people like Eddie who thinks it would be better without the MCU. So, and I'm sure he has a percentage of people that are think like him. So I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
And see, like, what I'm trying to tell you is that the percentage of people that care about this nerd shit like we do is
There's a lot less. Yeah.
You were saying is 10% of the market. Hold on. You were saying it's 10% of the market. I was giving you 20%.
Okay.
Okay. That's all this goes down to is that overall with these franchise movies, everyone that you've asked me to look at has made more than double their money overseas.
I know, but we don't know how many people overseas might not want to go see the movie because of its lack of connection to the MCU either. We don't know that. I mean, you can't predict that, that's what I mean. Right. I guess what I'm saying is I think you're saying it's a negligible hit.
Yeah.
And I think it's more of a hit than you think it is. That's what it is. That's what it comes down to. I think Sony will hurt more than you think they will. And you think they'll hurt less than I think they will. Right. So I get it. We'll have to agree to disagree.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll get the chance to see. Who knows?
Yeah. All right. It is 12:30 in the fucking morning.
I know.
Peace, love, and hair grease.
Adios, guys. Everyone's watching still.
Yeah, we do have some people in the chat still.
Amazing.
They came back because they heard y'all were arguing.
Yeah. All right. You guys have a great night. I've got to do the credits and edit.
I still know how to do math.
I still love you.
No.
I still love you too, Josh.
All right. Good
Here we go to 1:30.
No. Good night.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Nick's like, fuck you guys. I'm out. I know you are, dude. I wore you out. I'm sorry. My argument and Josh's argument.
I was just arguing the same point.
All right,
I wasn't making different arguments. I was giving you different parts of the same argument. You're trying to just basically go by this is that. That's it. But it's not the case. There's more to it than that. You can't just same thing you did earlier. You can't say, you could say, well, a movie makes more overseas than it does domestic. Yes, it does, but you got to caveat that with what it did domestically versus what it had to do overseas to make more money. You can't tell half the truth, dude. You did. You left things out. You left things out, though. You weren't explaining that, oh, yeah, by the way, a movie overseas has to do double what it makes domestic to make slightly more money than what it does domestically. You did not. I said that. You didn't say that. I said that.
However, my whole point was